nickname is Konji.
Lag.
Lame.
I said it on my end before you started talking.
Yes. Hey, chat's saying you're muted.
Chat talking shit again.
Hello?
They could all be lying. It's
I wasn't
possible.
muted. OBS had changed
Is
which
everybody
microphone
muted?
it was using.
Oh, fun.
Oh,
To a
that's
default
useful.
microphone. It had changed it to a
That
default
doesn't
microphone
exist.
that doesn't exist. Yep. Because, guess what I forgot I had done today? Windows update.
Oh no.
Yeah, I keep pressing to remind me later.
Oh no.
And it's gonna
Sorry,
remind me later.
everyone. We're here for episode 14 of Star Trek Adventures, Star Trek Lexington. I'm the Dapper Dinosaur. I'm the Game Master, Game Mother. I don't know. It says Game Mom on screen. So I guess that's who I am. I'm really annoyed at OBS right now.
He was so, like, positive going into this, and this has just ruined his bluster, and now he's just like, I guess, we're fine, whatever.
Did you just get like ultra loud?
Yeah, a little bit.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
You were
Is
peeking.
that better?
You were
I
peeking
don't
that.
know, my eardrums are gone.
Hello?
Yeah. All right. Well.
You good now?
Yeah, we'll take a drink. Yeah, you're good.
Okay. Take a drink for Dapper needs to hire Chesh as a producer.
Would you have noticed that it was the wrong microphone immediately? Really?
You wouldn't have been a problem in the first place.
Maybe.
Friends don't pay friends.
Yeah, that's
Because
that's what I've heard of.
if I'm producing, you updating your Windows would change nothing on my end.
All right, so we have a few super chats to read before we get into this. And if we do beat the super chat goal, I will do an art stream on Sunday, going through me making some more art for Star Trek Endurance, the next campaign after this. Which there will be a gap between this campaign and that one. And we may fill it with maybe like I can convince, I don't know, like maybe Zerlon can be convinced to run a Aliens cinematic play game or something, or we'll have something.
I would really enjoy
my arm
DMing
very
a-
hard, maybe.
I would really enjoy DMing a game of Tales from the Loop. I
Yep,
think that is something you
we
might
could
be
do that too.
interested in.
Yep. All right. So here comes some stuff to read. First, Ambi Carcinogistic Z has become a member at the rank of Lieutenant Junior grade. So welcome, Lieutenant JG Ambi Carcinogistic Z. Jens Van Broekhoven for €5 says, "Go Dapper, thank you." Shanu07AU, or might be gold. Maybe that stands for gold. I don't know. For $7.99 redo says, checking out on FTFE. He may be suffering from an acquired brain injury after Fakadzoid asked, "Does a kilogram mass weigh different than a kilogram mass?" Which is a very malformed question.
The FTFE it breaks after that.
A kilogram of feathers
It
or a
hurt- it
kilogram
hurt
of
me.
steel?
Yeah, I honestly, I don't know if I would have been as neutral and silent as you were as a moderator there, but hey, good job.
I feel like my response to that would have been like, wow, that question is so malformed, I'm convinced your brain tried to abort it before it came out.
I mean, there was several times where I had to physically hold my mouth shut.
Yeah, I did see that.
It's like,
Godzilla listened to this and died.
Lieutenant Matt the Navigator for $4.99 says, "Is the air in this space different than the air on Earth?" Yes, it is. FTFE for £5 says, "How do I send a super chat?" All right, so what you're going to want to do is there's a little box with a money symbol in there. I think it's $1 for me. It might be different for you. I don't know.
right, okay. Yeah.
You click it, and you click super chat. Now, the most
Right.
important thing is that the first thing you do is there's a big black number that says 2. Yeah, that's too low. You're going to want to raise that to at least 200. 0.00. And then above that, you can type in whatever you want, and then you hit buy and send, and there might be a like completion dialogue or something, and you click through that and it'll send. So there you go.
Remember, it has to be teal for it to count towards the goal.
That's true. Lieutenant Map Navigator says OBS is a professional for $199. Yeah. I hate that OBS changes your settings after a Windows update, because no other program that I have just randomly is like, oh, you had a Windows update, so would you like me to reset all of your previous user settings? Because no, when would anyone ever want
Discord
that?
sometimes does that
That's
for me,
real
but
bad.
I never understood why. Yeah.
FTFE for £5 says, did this work? No, it did not. I'm sorry. You might have to. You'll have to try again. All right, everybody.
Sorry, can't do it. I'm just too stupid, I guess.
We'll do intros real quick, and we will start over there with Chesh.
Hello, I am Chesh. I run Debate Hub as well as my own channel. My own channel is just mostly me messing around, and Debate Hub is where we have a more elevated, escalated, erect conversations. Feel free to join us there. Craig and Jordan are going to be joining me soon at the end of the month to talk about nuclear waste.
Is there a lot of friction with those discussions, or you make sure that they're well lubricated?
It really depends on what the guests are comfortable with.
Okay, like if
and
they
sort of
brought
what
their
they're
own
into.
moisture, then maybe that's okay.
Yeah. Whether or not they brought their own moisture, whether they're coming in with that friction and they're just looking for a good whooping, that's sometimes.
Well, you don't want any intellectual chafing, so just got to be careful.
Yeah, no, that's no good. Yeah,
I think we should clarify as well. When Chesh says nuclear waste, we're not talking about Steve McRae. Okay.
Not that time, probably.
No.
We also do a philosophy show, so if you're interested in learning about philosophy, that happens once a month, and hopefully that time of the month is going to be coming back soon. But make sure you're there for the lives, because if you're not there for the live, you're going to miss the Q&A. But yeah, that's it for me, and also I'm playing Dr. Tregan.
That's the important part for this show.
Yeah.
Kiri.
Hello, I'm Tirana, and I'm playing the XO Birchanos, who's just back from racial sensitivity training, where he learned that not all Orions are thieves and liars. Some of them are cheats and liars, and some of them are merchants and liars, and some of them are politicians, and some, a minority, but some are honest liars. Also, I got a Bloody Mary for my hangover.
Nice.
Ooh.
Oh, now I'm jealous.
Craig.
It made me want a Caesar.
Hey, I'm Craig McNeil. I run the channel FTFE, where I talk to people that make me want to jump off a bridge. Flat earthers. They ain't smart, and it's frustrating. In February, from the 14th to the 16th, I will be in New Jersey as part of DebateCon. You can buy tickets now at early bird prices. VIP tickets get you dinner with me, apparently, for some reason. I didn't agree to that. Who knew? But yeah, I play the chief engineer of the Lexington, Terran Shelby, commander. After getting promoted, I've only blown up 2 solar systems and still got promotion. I am half human, half Tellarite, because why not?
And cybernetically enhanced. We can't forget that.
Yeah, and cybernetically enhanced.
Yeah, I gave Craig a list of species options. He was like, 3, please. So yeah. All right, Jordan.
Minimum.
I am Jordan. I run the channel Reason to Doubt, channel on skepticism. So far this year, we've talked about 9/11 being an inside job, because I got a 9/11 truther in the wild in my comments. That was very exciting. So we just talk about anything that skepticism applies to, which is basically everything.
Like the Shroud of Turin.
And on this... So look, this year I've said I'm going to reduce the amount of Shroud content for my own sanity, and it has been reduced. I've had 2 whole episodes that didn't come up at all. The next episode might have something to do with the appearance of Mel Gibson on Joe Rogan's podcast. I don't know. Just saying, that's still a reduction.
Yes, it is. It's still a reduction. Okay.
And here
If you're talking about Joe Rogan, it's inherently a reduction.
I play Captain Hawk, the commander of Lexington.
All right. Necro.
Yeah, I'm Necro/Zar, and I play Croc. Oligome Croc.
All right.
Security officer.
All right, and Lanford.
All right, I'm Zerlon. I play Hank Lanford, the science officer. And yeah, Dapper, if you want me to run Alien, it's right there on the game shelf, right there in that whole cube of Alien stuff. Yeah, and then all of the rest of this, tabletop stuff, it's all right here. You'd have to twist my arm really hard to
All
make
right.
me pull one of them down.
Well,
Did you just take a picture of your shelf and
Yes.
then put it as a green screen?
Yes. So when I streamed on Twitch, when I stream games on Twitch, this is what I used as my background because behind me is my craft office, which is a miserable background because there's just
that's fair.
stuff everywhere.
It's craft.
And by
it's
craft
craft.
office, you mean you
Technically
haven't
like
put
that.
in the bodies, right?
That's
Well, no,
I just noticed and I just thought it was amazing. That's all.
I literally just put that on,
fabled
like, just now.
Hollywood Craft Services?
No,
Yeah, Craig,
craft
I live in the
macaroni.
foothills. There's plenty of places. There's actually, no joke, an official corpse dump near me where we all dump, pigs and raccoons and whatever we shoot it on our porch. Yeah, we have an official
Humans,
corpse dump.
you don't want to
Yeah,
know.
humans,
okay.
nobody would notice.
All right, Jens van Broekhoven for €2 says, "Don't blame OBS for Windows. I blame the interaction because look, there's something about OBS that says, hey, change your default microphone settings on an update on Windows. Other programs don't do that.
Can we just blame Elon Musk? It's probably his fault somehow, right?
Yeah, we should definitely blame Elon
Oh,
Musk.
wait, no, hold on. We
I-
can't diss Elon Musk. He's the world's #2 Path of Exile player, right?
It's also
I
I
heard
think,
that character
completely fair
died.
to blame Bill Gates. Bill Gates
Yeah.
is just as fucking problematic in different ways.
True.
Dude, you don't even know. He's obviously spent like tens of thousands getting these people to boost his character, which they let him use. He went on one fucking hardcore map, acting all good, and died at the first enemy. It was hilarious.
I
Yeah.
heard that his thing got removed. His character is gone or something.
Yeah,
Did that
because he killed
happen?
it. Died.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
hardcore. It's
Oh.
permadeath.
Yeah.
He killed it.
All right.
Hardcore League means if you die once, then your character's gone.
All right,
Womp
let's
womp.
get the captain's log for this
In the
episode
game.
because we are here to play Star Trek Adventures, not just crap on billionaires.
Tell you what.
Weird.
After the finale of this one, there is we're having a gap. Dapper, how about I host? Like, we'll all just get together and drink and chat shit.
I mean, I like that idea. Cast
Does that sound
reunion.
good?
Yeah.
All right. We'll do one of
So-
those. I still can't believe you managed to get all of us together, not only like together regularly, but also on a Friday night at like prime time. Like, how did you? What the
Hey,
hell?
they don't give me that
2 in the
Admiral.
morning is not prime time.
They don't give me those Admiral bars for nothing. But let's get that captain's log in.
Unreal.
Captain's log, Stardate 7086.8. This one's a long one, so strap in. We have once again been ordered by Admiral Stoker to a location previously visited by the USS Enterprise, Beta Niobe. Beta Niobe was, just under a year ago, home to the planet Sarpeidon. Now it is likely a diffuse cloud of debris in the Beta Niobe planetary nebula. The inhabitants traveled back into Sarpeidon's past to a time just before Stardate 5943. The Admiral believes that the a-TA-va-kron device used by the people of Sarpeidon may have been a Tilikaal device, and we are to investigate the remnants of Beta Niobe. Our orders are to scan the area looking for any signatures that match other presumed or known Tilikaal technology we've encountered before, such as on Bacchus IV or Pegasi V. Of course, every time we come across Tilikaal technology, something out of the ordinary, and generally hazardous happens, so I've ordered that the ship go to yellow alert when we arrive tomorrow morning. Further, when the Enterprise skirted Beta Niobe on her way to a conference on Babel just a few months ago, they encountered a time-reversed, antimatter-dominated region of spacetime, so the crew knows that we may go to red alert at any point. Tilikaal related or not, strange things have been happening at Beta Niobe, and I suspect they are still happening.
All right. So, what's everyone doing here on the ship while we're still at warp?
I'm running a diagnostic of the deflector dish currently.
Okay. What level of
How,
diagnostic? Oh, sorry.
Sorry?
What level diagnostic?
I'm running a level 4 diagnostic. We've had some ghost images appearing on the deflector dish. There was some damage once we went through a micrometeorite storm and the shields weren't activated in time.
How long until we expect to be at our destination?
As long as everyone doesn't have anything too interesting to say about what they're doing, it'll be right after that.
If we're close to our destination, then I'm on the bridge.
We are still, it's still the night before, is the
Oh,
assumption.
well, then I'm painting in my quarters.
Oh.
I'm going to knock on his quarters door.
I do
Good.
realise
My-
that because I've just said I'm running a diagnostic on the deflector dish, the sensors are currently down.
My model is here for my painting session. Perfect.
Oh, oh, smooth. Anyway, I knock on your door.
Enter.
Captain,
Doctor.
I have some Starfleet intelligence between us. Unfortunately,
right.
tonight I'm not here for pleasure. The
I finished my painting.
intelligence has informed me and sent me an encrypted message. It seems like Admiral Stoker is being monitored.
I see.
Her interest in the runes are observed to be bordering on obsession.
That does seem to track with the missions we've been getting.
It does
And
seem
how
to track
she
with our
seems to-
first encounter with the other
How
people.
everything is a Tilikaal item. Everything.
Everything. Yeah. So take that information as you will, Captain. But
Does
something we
Starfleet-
should probably be concerned about it, because if she's being monitored, we're being monitored.
Well, I assumed we were being monitored.
Yeah, but we were being monitored by her, and then them, and then these guys, and now it's like a 5-way monitor. I've got like counting on my hands, and I pull up a third hand. I'm just like,
It's a 15-way monitor.
yeah. So it's something we need to be concerned about.
Is there
Or at least
anything that
aware of.
Is there anything that they want from us?
Not as far as I've been informed, but it's sort of implied that if you're having communications with her, you should probably make me aware of it.
All right.
Because if she's being weird, we're gonna have to need to report her being extra weird.
I will try to differentiate between Stoker normal and Stoker weird.
Noted.
Joshua Geese for $5 says, strange things are afoot at the Circle K.
Sorry, wrong franchise. That's the one with Bill and with Keanu Reeves and the guy that no one knows the name of.
Rude.
Yes. All right. So, what's Commander Chanos up to?
I'm probably doing paperwork in my quarters.
All right. What's
There's always more paperwork to do.
What's Lieutenant Croc up to?
After the last mission, having been up for like 5 days watching cameras.
Okay. And what's Lieutenant Lanford up to?
Well, as we currently have a level 4 diagnostic on the deflector dish taking down my scanners, I'm going stark raving mad, staring at my screen going, are they up yet? Are they up yet? Are they up yet?
Okay. And now, Chesh, I have to tell you, you have to take 3 stress because you didn't do what you said you would.
What do you mean? I said I would remember.
Yeah,
What did I get wrong?
That's not all that you...
Oh, okay. Yeah, that wasn't... Oh, fine.
Dup.
Fine.
All right. It won't matter because it's going to come back at the beginning of the next scene anyway, which is, now. So
I have the conversation. I'm just like, oh, fuck. All right, I gotta go. I gotta go.
all right. So, Commander. I was about to say Lieutenant Commander. That's how you started, but Commander Shelby finishes up the diagnostic late into the night, but still several hours before the ship comes out of warp. And it is now the next morning, and the ship is about to be coming out of warp, which means I assume that pretty much all the senior staff, with the possible exception of Dr. Tregan, are on the bridge. So,
Yeah.
You would assume correct. We want the
All right.
A-team for this mission.
And Dr. Tregan, are you going to be on the bridge for the drop out of warp? Okay. So you drop out of warp at Beta Niobe. There's a brilliantly lit planetary nebula with a toroidal sort of ring and a more diffuse cloud inside. And Lieutenant Talk says, Captain, gravitational waves are present in the system inconsistent with a singleton white dwarf.
I'm sorry, say it again?
Gravitational waves present in the system are inconsistent with a singleton white dwarf.
I see. Lanford. And translate that.
Let me get some scans going.
All right, let's see. Before we get some scans, the ship shakes back and forth. Give me the little... Okay. I'm going to spend 2 threat, and I am creating... Oh, by the way, an objective right now is investigate Beta Niobe for signs of Tilikaal technology. Objective. Because that's just the mission. So, Let's see. Give me a sensors and
Start over with
science.
the Klingons. Don't break the Prime Directive. Investigate these things that are definitely this other thing that this person definitely isn't obsessed with.
Give me a sensors check, which is going to be reason and science. It can be assisted by the ship's sensors and science, and it's going to be difficulty. Shoot.
Directive number 4: don't act against Starfleet interests.
All right.
Sensors and science. Sorry.
Yep.
Sensors and science.
Oh wow! So that's 2 momentum you guys generated. So
Scanning the crap out of this.
yeah, you did.
Good scanning. Oh, deflector dish diagnostics for the win.
So in addition to the gravity waves that are so far unexplained, there are also eddies of chronotons, which create the complication temporal eddies, which is, until it is cleared, going to add to the difficulty of all tasks. Because as you're doing this, you start noticing that you start repeating actions and repeating conversations that you've had recently. And every once in a while, you just kind of jump back in place to where you were. It's very hard to figure out what to do.
Captain, it seems like we are having lag.
Have we tried restarting the timeline?
He's told that joke 5 times now.
I think if I just
Can I
press
get
this
more
button,
information on that scan?
I think if I just press this button, we'd be okay. If I just press this button, we should be okay. If I just press this button, we should be okay.
I'm about to send Shelby to the brig.
It's just a temporal eddy, man. He's just stuck in a loop.
Is it affecting him worse
See-
because he's a cyborg?
I actually don't think that it is affecting him. I think he's just repeating it.
If I press this button, we should. No, never mind, guys. Yeah, there's temporal eddies. Everyone be careful.
Lanford, what can we do to fix this?
Well, first things first, can I get more information on that scan? Can I figure out if there's a source, if there's a direction these are coming from, both the graviton and the chronotons?
Are you saying that you would like to spend a point of momentum on obtain information based on that previous task?
Absolutely, that is exactly what I'm saying.
Okay. Yeah, so the eddies and the gravity waves do seem to be coming from deep inside the Beta Niobe planetary nebula. Although, given the fact there's a whole bunch of gravity waves and chronotons flying around, it is hard to pinpoint it, but it does seem to be at least close to the white dwarf at the center of the planetary nebula.
All right. Would it be possible for us to adjust our shields to protect us from the time distortion?
Your shields are not designed to block chronotons, and in fact, the first Starfleet ship to be able to get their shielding to work against chronoton-based weapons will be the Voyager, about a century or so from now. So probably not.
And very far away.
Yeah,
Can
but
I
I'm
use
assuming
my
the chronoton's
analytical
here.
recall? Can I use my analytical recall to get you to give us more information on Lanford's scan?
I'll read out the trait so that we know exactly what the traits are.
Enhanced find themselves able to recall information faster than they used and are able to process crucial details to a greater degree. 3 times per session, a cybernetic enhanced individual may ask the game master for more information regarding data they have recorded or situations they have personally seen, as if they had spent a point of momentum to obtain information.
All right, and this is not your first time with a temporal/chronoton type anomaly. So yeah, what else would you like to know?
Is there any way we can defend ourselves at all against the chronotons, or any more useful information we can get about the source of them?
So it seems like right now, as long as there isn't a disruption to the timeline overall, the only real way to overcome this problem is just going to be to inform the crew of how to deal with it by keeping careful track of what they're doing, observing their surroundings. If they notice anything change, immediately just look around to take stock as to what might have, if they jump back in time or something. And yeah, it looks like it's going to be something you're just going to have the crew work around.
Right, okay.
Which is the kind of
Captain,
thing that a command and science check could help with.
Captain, this might be a great opportunity to get Lieutenant Bob Dave on this. I seem to recall he completed an extended course on temporal mechanics at the Academy.
Nepper, you said
Did he?
command in science. Did you mean control in science?
No, I meant command and science.
A command is.
They're both disciplines.
both
Yeah,
disciplines.
they're both-
Oh, I
yeah.
meant to say presence in science. My apologies.
Yeah.
Right. What am I doing a presence and science check for?
So first, we're not sure who's doing it, but a difficulty 3 presence and science check could allow whoever makes it to make an announcement to the crew over the the whole ship's intercom, alerting them of how to be careful around all these temporal anomalies and what to do and things like that.
Okay. Well, I've got an
We're
11
doing
and
the
I'm got higher.
third loop of Croc's
I have a
PSA
15.
right now.
Yeah, I think Glanford wins that. My
Yeah,
presence
sure.
is excellent. My science is famously bad. It's
Lanford,
even one of
please
my
do an-
values.
And that, Lanford, please do an announcement to the crew, giving them information on how to protect themselves during these strange temporal times.
Would my testing a theory apply here?
Can I do the?
Hold on,
Yeah.
let's read out the testing of theory.
When you attempt a task using engineering or science, you may roll 1 additional d20 so long as you have succeeded at a previous task covering the same scientific or technological field earlier in the same adventure.
Yes, it
I've
would.
already scanned it.
It
I
absolutely
get a free
would.
die.
Now, would you like to
Nice.
spend any momentum or give any threat on additional dice?
That gives us 3 die. What was our difficulty on this roll?
3.
3. Let's have another die.
All right, that'll cost 1 momentum and 1 threat, or 2 threat. Which would you prefer?
Let's do a momentum and a threat.
All right. All right, that is 4 successes,
cool.
and so well done on that. And so you make an announcement about how to be careful around time skips, to any time things change around you suddenly, to take a moment to take stock, and the fact that the entire ship is having this problem, and probably will be for a while. And so at this point, you have successfully cleared the complication. And we are going to change scene, which means that momentum is going back away. Sorry.
Oh no.
I
Oh,
know.
well.
So,
Nice use of
Um,
all our talents there, guys. That was good.
on your sensors, as a opening in the eddies of chronotons opens up, allowing you to get a clearer image, you do in fact discover that there are some bits of ruins that are consistent with Tilikaal technology that you've encountered before. So it seems that the Admiral's hypothesis that perhaps the Sarpeidons had used Tilikaal technology to power the a-TA-va-kron was true, and yes, that is a sentence I just said.
I mean,
full of crazy
if you
unmade-up
say
words.
that everything is Tilikaal, then eventually you're gonna be right? So,
I mean, yeah. However,
Golf clap.
in order
for
to get-
the jargon.
in order to get there,
Is
this will require a difficulty 2 daring and con check assisted by the ship's sensors and science, and failure will cause breaches.
I've
because-
got 11.
I think Chanos is our designated pilot when
Okay.
not when we don't have the Vulcan.
I mean, you can just invoke him. It's not like Chanos has made any tasks, so you could just say, Tiri, that you're playing talk for now if you wanted to. Or would you prefer to do it on your own? It is a daring and con check.
Talk would have a 60.
daring and con. Yeah, that is a lot better.
Alright,
So,
So then we'll say that your the character you're playing for the
I'll
scene.
have him navigate for now. Yes.
And now remember,
See,
what
will
that
it
means
not?
is that talk is your primary, and Chanos cannot
Yes.
cannot conduct any tasks unless they're difficulty 0.
Has this task been increased in difficulty due to environmental conditions?
It has.
Then his push the limits talent would reduce that
Yes.
difficulty by 1.
All right. Well, in that case, it's only difficulty 1. Very fancy.
Okay,
I
then.
appreciate that. I
I'll
don't keep
just
track of everyone's
straight up
talents, so
roll
I
it.
appreciate that you guys are like, hey, wait.
We're all remembering our skills today. Yay!
All right. Well,
It's
hey.
only 4
So
episodes from the end, and we're figuring it out, guys.
Okay.
One success.
It's only 4. But here's the thing, though. I have like 48 planned episodes for Star Trek Endurance.
I'm so excited, by the way.
So, like, we're not even
genuinely excited.
The plan, by the way, is to break it up into 4 12-episode seasons, and to have a little bit of a break between where I do some other stuff and whatnot. And then, yeah, so we'll have, like, 12 episodes, 12 episodes, 12 episodes, 12 episodes. So that basically, by the time this whole Tilikaal saga is done, we have, like, 6 seasons worth of episodes in terms of, like, modern Trek. So
yeah, right now we are technically playing the prequel.
Yeah. The main story is yet to come. Joshua Geese for $5 says, breaches on Sneeches.
I would also like to point out that that is halfway through to the Super Chat goal, just about, for 17 out of 15.
All right.
So, hey, we're almost there for art assets.
All right. So, also, could someone roll the ship's sensors and science on that one as an assist, just because you might get extra momentum?
Ship sensors and science.
Or a failure. Critical.
I mean, I guess it could be a 20, but that's not likely. Yeah, so you gain the momentum.
Hey.
Okay.
Good shit.
So, let's see. I was honestly forgetting just how good Talk was, and I was planning on that being a lot more difficult. All right.
Yeah. That's my boy right there.
Look,
Talk's my boy.
Talk is a really good pilot, and if he survives, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw him again.
I didn't know you could do a kickflip in a starship. That's
I know. We just did like a 180 or something. It's crazy.
Oh, by the way, that reminds me. I love the fact that now Tony Hawk repeatedly gets people coming up to him saying that he looks like Tony Hawk, who actually know who he is, but only because he made it a meme himself on Twitter. And so now that's what people do when they recognize him, is come up and say, hey, you look a lot like Tony Hawk.
You know, I've spoken to the person that programmed the Tony Hawk's games, right?
I did not know.
You probably know who he is. You sure you don't know who he is?
I don't know who... What? I might know
Mick
this...
West.
Okay. See, I didn't know that he had done that, but I do know who Mick West is.
Yeah, he ruined my childhood. You have no idea how long I spent trying to do that fucking challenge in the dumpster on the second Tony Hawk game. Oh my god!
Yeah, that was hard.
All right. So scanning the ruins is a reason in science or engineering, which is difficulty 1, which yes has already been reduced as a result of the ship's awesome sensors. I did already take that into account.
So what we doing? Sorry.
Gotta put some respect on those sensors. Lanford is scanning because if there's scanning to be done, Lanford's doing it.
Which can be assisted by the ship's sensors and either science or engineering. I don't remember which one's higher. You guys can pick the one that's higher. Roll for the ship.
Do science or engineering. Yes, science. Sorry. Okay, so I'll do that one.
I like that Dr. Shrigan with 3 arms I can have my arms crossed while I'm watching and waiting for all this to go on and sip my coffee at the same time.
It's true. There's a lot of emotive like range that you have when you just one extra arm. That's all you need.
Yeah, I can do a lot.
All right, so let's see. That was 2 successes. Oh no, that was 1 success from Lanford and 1 from Terran with the ship. So you guys gain a point of momentum. So you have indeed confirmed that these are Tilikaal ruins. So technically, you have succeeded with your mission objective. Would you like to do any information checks? Or, well, not checks, but spends.
Yeah.
Yes. Let's. Can I figure out the nature of these ruins? What state they're currently in?
Oh, that isn't even an obtain information check. They're not doing too well. But I will tell you that since you did say you wanted to spend at least 1, your first obtain information spend alerts you that these ruins are the source of the chronoton flows. Would you like to spend any more on obtain information, like maybe that bonus momentum that you have for being in costume?
I get a freebie from one of my talents. I get an extra.
Okay, would you like to spend that one?
Let's see. So yeah, whenever I spend a moment to obtain information, I get an additional question.
Oh, that's automatic.
I get an additional question.
Well, I have a few things that are just already set up that are probably important to know if you. So the Tilikaal ruins also seem to be transmitting on subspace.
Ooh.
And if you would like to know what they are, you could spend 1 more, and you do have a bonus momentum for being on camera in uniform.
Yeah, let's spend that. Let's that sounds important.
It seems the transmissions are distress signals.
Captain, the ruins are sending out the chronotons as well as subspace distress signals.
Distress signals from the ruins?
Aye.
Our-
But yeah, it's also our source of chronotons, and they're not in very good shape. We probably ought to be careful going into, but we're definitely going to have to go in and find out what's sending these chronotons out.
Distress signals from the ruins?
Yeah.
That's a time joke. Anyways, so
Are we able to find out any more information about the distress signals using my analytical recall?
Let's see. They seem to be similar in their patterns to previous subspace transmissions from Tilikaal sites. So it could be that these are actually some kind of Tilikaal distress signal, although they're coming from ruins. So that might mean that it's an automated thing that some kind of system has just produced when the sun blew up.
Do we know how long they've been going for?
You do not.
Right, okay. Right,
They were
that's
not-
handy. So,
Well, you
right.
do know that they were not reported by the Enterprise on either of its 2 visits to the system. So,
Right, okay. That leaves me with one
Interesting.
analytical recall for this campaign, for this episode.
okay. Well, I suppose our objective is clear. There's people in distress down at these ruins. Or an automated computer, at least. And far be it from us to leave people in distress.
Captain, it is possible that there is actually no one in distress, and as Tilikaal ruins are ancient, that the distress signal is also ancient.
and there are no life signs.
Yes, Commander. That was a joke. Okay. So
Captain, there is a possibility that there is actually no one in distress, and as the Tilikaal ruins are usually ancient, that the distress signal is also ancient.
So let's. I
Captain,
think
there
it's
is a
time for.
possibility.
I think it's time for an away mission.
Maybe there are ancients in distress.
Wrong
these-
franchise.
Franchise
Do these
again.
ruins have like atmosphere and stuff, or are we gonna have to go in spacesuits?
No, if you want to actually walk around, you're not only going to have to go in spacesuits, you're going to have to go in radiation shielded spacesuits with gravity boots.
What about in the shuttle?
In a shuttle, you
To get
could
closer.
just be in the shuttle, and that would be fine. But if you wanted to leave the shuttle, you would again need spacesuits with either maneuvering thrusters or like gravity boots and radiation hardening, because you are currently in a recent like nova planetary debris field. There's all sorts of crazy radiation going on.
But just to be clear, I didn't explode this solar system.
You
It was
did
like that when we got here.
Yes, it was like
well,
that.
it's also possible with the time anomalies going on that
Damn
you did
it!
in fact blow.
God damn it!
Well, I'll say this.
There might be.
Starfleet records indicate that it was a natural explosion that happened shortly after the Enterprise left, who had been assigned to go there as part of an evacuation effort.
Oh shit, I blew up the
Were
solar
you-
system, didn't I?
Shelby, have you ever served on the Enterprise under Kirk?
Well, not yet, but then time, is wibbly wobbly. Who knows?
So the big question is now, do we suit up and go over there, or do we change this from Star Trek to Futurama and just drive a shuttle down the hallways, scraping the whole way?
Then-
Oh, you haven't established that there are even coherent hallways.
Mhm.
Look, with enough thrust from the shuttle, there's definitely going to be a hallway. Whether it was there before or not, that's a different question. But there'll be one when we're done.
I think we need to beam over there with some spacesuits on.
All right, well, it's ultimately up to the captain. Shuttle, spacesuits,
Yeah.
what are you thinking?
I think that it might be wise to take a shuttle closer so the people in spacesuits have a closer refuge in case something happens. So they have we can extract them with a teleporter, but they have somewhere they could go that's closer than the ship should the worst happen.
Oh, Captain, you care about me. I'm touched.
I care about you as much as I care about any member of this crew, Commander.
So what you're saying is
Yeah,
I'm
Commander,
special.
we're all
Exactly no
equal.
more.
All right, so who
Yeah,
is
Captain. By the way, I'll fix that squeak on your chair for next week sometime.
going on the shuttle?
Well,
Captain Hawk is staying on the ship.
Okay.
yeah, I should go and check out the ruins, see if I can figure out what's going on with the signal, and I think Lamford should definitely cover me so he can scan stuff.
Is Talk going?
Oh yeah, I'm already suited up with the tricorder and at the shuttle. Like,
Yeah, where's everyone?
Is it time jump again? Where's everyone at?
All right.
Should
Proc
I
volunteer.
feel like we need someone in charge, and Chanos has just been through his sensitivity training, so hopefully he'll be okay. And we should probably take, even though there's no life signs, we should probably take a security officer.
Yeah, I was gonna
All right.
go.
And what about Tregan? Would you like to go?
So Trigan and Hawk are
Well, I
gonna
figure if the
stay on
captain's left in the ship, then Tregan's staying as well, right?
the question is, should Talk pilot the shuttle or pilot the ship and Chanos pilot the shuttle? Because Talk is the better pilot.
I'll play as Talk and I'll go on the shuttle.
Oh, so technically, Tiri has already made Talk his active character. So if Talk is going anywhere, it's wherever Tiri is going to put him. And also, Chanos cannot take any tasks that are above difficulty 1. So any place where you're expecting difficulty 1 or above.
Talk will pilot the shuttle, and Chanos will stay on the
There
bridge
you go.
and crash the ship.
All right. So wait, is
that leaves
Tregan
me in charge? Oh crap!
Is Tregan going or no?
I might need to go, so there's somebody in charge now.
Yeah, we need an adult with us. It would
We
be
have a commander.
me, Hank, and Crocker go, and we need an adult.
Technically,
please.
in that group, Shelby would be in charge of all non-medical matters, at
He is
least.
a full commander.
Yeah.
Also,
But-
I think technically the doctor is never in charge, even if...
No, if there's a medical thing, depending on the medical situation, the doctor can be in charge. In fact, even in charge of people of higher rank.
I'll go. I'll go. There's been enough death lasers that I'm like,
It's true. There have been a lot. In fact, there was once an
I think I will-
anti-muon beam, which is all sorts of
I
weird.
think I'm gonna pack an extra emergency med kit.
Well, since Talk has already been invoked, I will go as Bob Dave because he does have a specialization in temporal mechanics, which could be very useful.
All right. Have you made any tasks this scene with Captain Hawk, though? Done any tasks yet?
No.
All right,
I've done
then.
no tasks this session.
All right. Now, do remember your crew capacity has been used. I believe you still have 2 left. Okay. So you guys pile into the shuttle and take off. And I would like whoever is doing the shuttle stuff.
We have 5 crew support total. So
Oh, 5. Okay, 3 left. Sorry. So this will be another difficulty 1 because Talk is here. Insight and con check to make sure you can safely make it there, which can be assisted by the shuttle's computers and con. So.
Computers and con.
Because I'm invoking Bob Dave's, shouldn't he get a buff?
Yes, actually,
for
that's
showing up in a
true. Actually,
definition?
Talk probably should too.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's take care of that real quick. Give me a second.
What's the play?
So I will just pick whichever one comes up first. Talk is the first one I saw. All right.
Okay.
What would we like to give Talk? He can get a value. He could get another talent. He could get another focus, and I don't think he can get another attribute or discipline increase because I think he's already had 1 of each. Yeah, he's had 1 of each. So no attribute or disciplines, but he could get a focus, a value, or another talent. I would say that Chanos, Tiri, you're playing as him, so what would you like?
I think a talent is probably the most useful, but I would need to have a quick look at the document to see what would fit.
All right, well, while you're doing
Probably
But I can
precise.
just put that.
Precise evasion is good for combat. But that's all it's good for.
Well, do you have anything that you have as an idea for Bob Dave?
Bob Dave.
He
There
can
is
get
a
any
temporal
bonus, right?
mechanic
Yeah.
one. I'm just not sure how good it is. I thought about giving it to him last time, but decided that the computer one was better.
Well,
Temporal
temporal
a
mechanics
temporal
is one
mechanic.
of Bob Dave's focuses already. So,
Yeah, but there's also a talent where you need temporal mechanics as a focus to take it.
oh,
What book is that in?
I mean, it's going to be
It's in the document that Dapper gave us.
that has all of the talents compiled.
Okay.
You could also just go the easy
What?
route and give him an increase to an attribute or a discipline and be lazy about it.
Yeah.
Well, since we're under the gun, just to make things faster, I'll give him an attribute and we'll increase his reason by 1.
Wow, going all the way up to 11.
Specialization is the way to go.
I mean, yeah, especially with supporting characters, it's true.
Yeah.
All right, and so what is Talk getting? Kiri?
I'm giving him a talent. I just have to see which one.
Okay. In the meantime, please, if you are enjoying the show, make sure you hit like. I'm seeing 35 people viewing, but only 19 likes. I would like, if possible, to get past, maybe 25 likes. Maybe even get all the way up to the number of likes equaling the number of concurrent viewers. That would be very helpful. If you're not currently subscribed, you should probably subscribe because there's a whole lot more coming from the channel. I am hoping to get the channel to the actual 1,000. Basically, this show and the previous show, which was a a Power Ranger show, the first times I really started making content regularly for the channel. And my plan is to just keep making TTRPG and art content for this channel. So if you like, me and you enjoy this channel, those are some great ways to help out. Well,
I love this channel.
Well, did you subscribe?
Oh, hell yeah, I'm subscribed, and I tell everyone that I meet to subscribe.
Nice.
And I know that we've all said thank you, but I think I talk for everyone here when I say that we all appreciate so much the amount of effort that you as the game master put into this. We wouldn't be able to do any of this if you didn't prepare all the campaigns, all the graphics and everything, and this has, for me, become my favorite day of the week, so thank you.
Well, I hope that when we start the next
Most
campaign, it
graphics.
stays that way. Yeah, well, Chesh did help a little bit, especially with the names. So,
Yeah.
Chesh will get a art credit in the next set of credits, don't worry. As long as she reminds me.
I won't. It's fine. I don't need it.
Do you know what talent you're taking there, Tiri?
Kirk is alright anyway.
Yes, I'm taking Glancing Impact, which is succeeding at the evasion action task increases the resistance of the ship being piloted by 2. This bonus lasts until the start of the character's next turn.
Awesome. All right.
Which sounds useful.
It does. All right. So, you guys are able. Well, actually, did I get the Willem talk check, or did you not do that? I don't think I did. So let me get a.
I did the ship's check.
Oh yeah, it was a failure. It's a shuttle, and they always fail because shuttles. Look, shuttles aren't designed to be really good ships. You can't get too angry at a shuttle for failing on most of its checks.
True. So, what is Talk rolling? Daring or Control and Con?
Let's see.
Kinda doesn't matter.
Let me double check. This is a difficulty 1, daring and con. Yeah.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
1 success, 1 complication.
There's a success, but there's a complication in that the shuttle's engines start to overload from all the stress of all the gravitational waves and the time making the EPS conduit's power go back and forth all over the place. And so now, Commander Shelby, I hope you weren't planning on doing any kind of engineering on the ruins because you're going to have to start repairing the shuttle's engines if it wants to get back.
Oh, we've got a teleporter.
You do. You could just transport back, but if you want to get the shuttle back,
I'm gonna. So we've got where we're going, and the engines are broken now, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna ask the captain for. Shall we to Captain Hawk? Captain Hawk. Hello.
Did you forget my name? Yes.
I did.
Go ahead,
I did.
Commander.
I'm tired. Okay, I spent all night fixing the deflector dish because you drove it through a meteorite storm. But Captain, the engines on the shuttle are damaged. Would you like me to spend my time repairing the engines or looking into the ruins distress signal? We do have the teleporter available, but they would leave us without another way back should they fail.
Work on repairing the engines, Commander. That's a key layer of safety for the away mission.
Aye, sir. I will leave Lieutenant Lanford in charge of the away party whilst I look after the engines.
All right. Lanford, what are you up to? Now that you're in charge?
Well, now that I'm in charge and we're safely barely at the ruins, tricorder's coming out, make sure everyone's suited up, and we got to figure out where these distress signal and chronotons are coming from.
All right. So,
Bob Dave, it says, like, can you check? I think I feel a draft. Can you check my suit again?
I will check his suit.
all right. There are, in fact, no gaps.
Right. Am I able to attempt a repair of the engines whilst that's all going on?
The answer is yes. It will, however, take a little while. So I'm going to have you roll that test after we deal with a little bit more of the
Okie dokie.
the drama of the what's going on with the ruins. All right. So, Lanford, give me a control and science check. This is going to be difficulty 2.
No,
All right.
I don't do that one.
You have not been able to gain more information about the ruins.
Can Bob Dave try it?
Bob Dave may, in fact, try it.
Would his temporal mechanics apply?
Absolutely, it would.
All right. And what's the difficulty of this task?
2.
I'll use the momentum to get a third die.
Okay.
All right.
Well,
Oof.
that was only one success. So you did not learn anything new about the
Is
ruins.
this happening in my sight line?
No, they have left the shuttle.
Okay.
So
no,
I'm assuming the shuttle has a force field at the door that is similar to the one at the shuttle bay that lets people get in and out without the air rushing in and out.
Yeah, and I'm just like lying just at it, like swearing and kicking at the engine compartment.
By the way, I was like,
Are you sure it's not like, hey, we're opening the door, everybody hold your breath?
I was I think like 38 when I first learned that the way that the Apollo missions, like the lunar excursion modules worked, was they just depressurized the whole cabin to get out. And then when they got back in, they just repressurized the whole thing. And I was like, really? That seems like a waste. And I'm like, hey, but they were only there for a little while. Like, what are you going to build a whole airlock? That's going to be so much more mass.
Saved on weight and materials so much that an airlock would have made it double as heavy.
It was still weird because I don't ever think of like just depressurize the whole vessel so you can leave and repressurize the whole. But it's also like it's the size of a small hut, right? Yeah, well, let's work in FTL. All right, so you guys have failed to learn anything. So this is all of this has been a bit of a waste. However, would you, Commander Shelby, could you give me a difficulty 1 control and engineering check, and your EPS conduits or power system or whatever focus will apply to this?
Right, literally, it's control and engineering. Did you say so?
Yes, I did.
Oh no, you've got a lot of threat and there's no momentum. So I'm just going to turn on my focus. And...
Hey, you just gained a momentum.
Whee!
All right, so that was 2 successes. So there you go. The engines on the shuttle are repaired. However, your stopover to the ruins were completely pointless. Nothing was learned.
Can we explore the ruins to try to find the source of this signal?
I mean, if you want to spend a whole lot of time out there in the radiation, in the night, in the dark.
As the
Bob
medical
Dave
officer,
doesn't.
Yeah,
maybe
no, but...
we don't do that.
Yeah, this kind of sounds like the game master going, you can do it, but you regret it.
The best option is probably to head back to the ship.
I did quote the book The Haunting of Hill House when I said it, so yeah.
Yeah. Right, so I run out, I finish the engines and I run out to join everyone looking for and as they're just heading back. I'm like, oh, for God's sake. All right, let's go.
But there's still things to scan.
Yeah, but I mean, we haven't learned anything, have we?
Well, not yet, but there's
true.
There's still things to scan.
You learn nothing
We also
new.
need to get back for Shelby's appointment.
We learned a great deal about the architecture of Tilikaal ruins and about their material selections, about the decay patterns in a chronoton field. This is going to be the stuff of papers for years.
I slap Bob Dave on the back and go, do you enjoy your EVA? And he just like stumbles and falls over.
Look, I've scanned this room 9 times, and only 4 of those were because of a chronoton jump.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, assuming you do want to turn around, I would need another difficulty 1 daring and con check from Talk, which can be assisted by the shuttle's sensors and science. Yes, Jillian Wren points out The Haunting of Hill House by Shirley Jackson. Yep. I remember like 2 lines from that book, and one of them was the whole, we don't stay past, what was it, like past sunset or something like that, not in the cold.
The shuttle's science is 0.
Well, is it sensor 0?
Yeah, no, it's 4, the sensors, but it still failed.
So it has, what is that, a 1 in 5 chance of helping?
Yeah.
Mark Right-Handed Sid Smith points out, does the rule of thumb, if the DM asks, are you sure, rethink your course of action, apply with you? It absolutely applies with me.
Yeah. Like, if anyone in life ever says, are you sure, or can I get that in writing, just realize you're doing the dumb thing.
Right.
Okay?
Yep.
Yes.
Can
I get that in writing is like such like a...
Yeah. No. I did when I worked at a call center for a while. My manager was just useless. He would ask me to do things that weren't right all the time. I'd be like, could you just send that to me in an email, please?
Yeah.
Do we get Talk's roll? Does not seem like it.
Sorry, I missed that.
Daring and Con, difficulty 1.
Okay.
You were not helped by the shuttle.
You were not, but you still got 2
doing really
momentum
good.
anyway, so...
We don't need no shuttle.
3 successes. What did you roll? You rolled a 2 and a set. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Alright, so...
Yeah.
You guys make it back to the Lexington safely with nothing to report. However...
Oh, crap, I've just realised what the time is. Oh, I've got to head to sickbay to my appointment with Trigan. She's mad at me. I'm late every time. Right, guys, sorry, I'm off.
I am literally standing right here.
Yeah, but it's supposed to be in the sickbay. And I'm not there.
Mm-hmm.
Just go. Like, one hand is face palming, the other hands are like, let's go.
Alright, so we're going to reduce the momentum by 1 because we are switching scenes, and a distress signal is coming in on a different frequency from the ones that the Tilikaal seem to be putting out. I would like someone to give me an insight and con difficulty 2 check, assisted by the ship's computers and con.
Well, I've got a 12 for that. Anyone higher?
I have 16.
I feel like you should do that.
Talk
Yeah.
at 12. I think 16 is the best.
Well, this is a new scene, so you don't have to have talk as your primary, so...
Yeah, but Chanos is also bad at insight.
Alright, well,
For some reason.
so who was the one that was going to take it?
Croc, I believe.
I'm sorry?
We don't have a momentum, right?
We
We've
have
got 2.
Oh, okay, I'll spend 1.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yes.
just to answer a question in chat, yeah, there is no way in hell that Trigan ever sits on a chair normally.
It's basically
Never
impossible.
once. Either at least one leg is like tucked up underneath, like one of these, like a this, like up, or like and like 1 or 2 down on either side,
Wait.
and or the chair is spun backwards.
Trigan sat normally on a chair last time because there was a specially designed chair for her.
Yes.
So,
One time.
one time.
And it was
Three
probably
legs.
still backwards.
Well, I mean, okay, but that would have been a by choice, not as some kind of like prerequisite of her anatomy.
Yes.
Look, Trigan taught Riker everything he knows about sitting on a chair.
Yes.
Also, I have to say, so far I haven't seen any Treehawk art, and I just feel like my audience is too tame now. So,
Oh no.
Treehawk.
all right. So, we got that.
Yes, I personally cannot sit on chairs backwards because I am too short and they come up to here on me.
All right. So that was 3 successes. Can I get the computers and con check from the ship?
1 sec. Computers and con.
All right. That is another point of momentum. You guys are up to 3 now. All right. So,
Boom.
this has identified that they are not Federation distress signal, nor are they Tilikaal, but they are coming from a large piece of natural, or in the vicinity of a large piece of natural debris.
We got something coming in from natural debris. Don't know what it is. It's a distress signal of some sort, but don't know who
Lanford?
from.
Lanford, are you able to scan it?
Yeah, let's get some scans going.
All right. It shows that it is a hunk of rock.
It appears to be a large rock.
Is a signal coming from inside said rock, or like is it something where it's like on the other side of said rock?
It is in the vicinity of said rock.
Well, why don't we move the ship to see the other side of said rock and see if we can see what it is?
All right. Give me a difficulty 2, or if we're gonna make Talk a primary character again, it could be difficulty 1. Engines and con check with a complication
Daring.
range. Oh, sorry. Yeah, that's the ship. That's daring and con for the player. Engines and con for the ship, and the complication range is 2. Whereas if I do
I've
this,
got-
you can't tell how many fingers I have point.
I've got a 14 on that.
All right.
Anybody else beat that?
Well, Talk has it reduces the difficulty by 1 if he does it.
Right. I'm telling you what mine would be if I'm not playing Talk this scene.
Right,
so
right.
if somebody else,
All right, go for it.
Janos.
No one else seems
No?
inclined to
Okay.
help, so go for it.
All right. So the captain's gonna crack his knuckles and step up to the console, I guess. I have a focus in helm operations.
Okay, that will apply.
You said the complication was 2.
Complication range is 2, and the difficulty is 2.
Okay, I will.
Yeah, as Zoomy Tomato
how
says,
much
it's a
from
large medium rock the size of a medium small rock.
We have 3
half the
momentum.
We do have 3 momentum.
I'm gonna spend all 3 to get 4 dice.
Okay. All
Wow.
right. Well, maybe the ship
Oh,
can
that's
help.
amazing.
Poofed. The ship's what?
The ships. Let me double check. Let's see. Engines and con.
What's the complication range?
2.
2.
Oofed.
You have trouble getting there. However, I'm going to let you succeed at cost and say that since you are being buffeted around by all these eddies and whatnot, that in fact you have suffered a breach to the sensors system. And the sensors are going to be inoperable until they are repaired later.
Can I not just try and repair them
And Lanford is having a meltdown.
Are they back yet?
No.
Are they back yet? Are they back yet?
Lanford,
hold
like,
on.
on medical advice, I'm gonna say that Lanford needs to go and talk to Greg, the Chips counselor.
Is there anything I can do to try and fix it? I know my ship talent, so I can attempt to determine a task to determine the source of a technical problem.
So the source is pretty clear, but yeah, if you can give me a difficulty to control and engineering, we can get that cleared up as you guys are on the way.
Right, well, I get a bonus d20 because of my talent, okay?
Okay.
Right.
That only was
Roll the extra one.
well. You should have hit 3 on it instead of
Yeah, well, there's the other one.
Okay. All right. So that is 2 successes. So that is enough. So you get there, and let's see. Instead of a natural rock, what you actually see is what is clearly a large ring of Tilikaal origin. But you have noticed that a lot of the Tilikaal technology just reads as volcanic rock. It seems like they do some kind of weird, like, atomic scale rearrangement of rock to create things like circuits and whatnot. Seems to be kind of their go-to form of technology, which is way beyond anything the Federation has and will have for centuries. So, but yeah, it seems to be this big ring, and it has a smaller amounts of chronotons emanating from it, and it is in fact repeating a distress signal.
How large is this ring? Is this something that like we could land a shuttle on, or
You
like,
could fly to
is this-
Lexington through it. You could fly
Oh,
2
perfect.
Constitution-class ships through it, side by side.
Praise be the Ori.
I was going to say, did you just steal like a supergate?
Maybe.
Wait, this is a portal. This is a wormhole generator.
Maybe.
Can we tell where on this ring of rock the signal's coming from?
Well, no, we got no sensors right now.
The other side of the ring. It's coming from beyond, through the ring.
How do we know that? Our sensors are down.
Well, we just did a scan before our sensors
Right.
were messed up.
Okay.
All right. Well, I'm going. The ship's been on yellow alert this whole time, right?
Mm-hmm.
If we're gonna be flying through a weird alien artifact, I'm gonna go ahead and bring us to red alert before we fly through this ring.
But Captain, are you sure it means changing the bulb?
With the
Pick
sensors
up that
down, am
amber
I
light,
able
put
to?
in the red light.
Yeah.
If the sensors
I'll
down, am I
get them.
able to send out a probe or anything?
Yeah, you could launch a probe if you wanted to.
Right, Captain. With sensors down, we do have the option of sending out a probe to gather some information.
All right. Take us in at a quarter impulse while the probe's flying.
Okay,
All right.
I want to send a probe out then.
All right, so the probe flies out, and what it detects is Beta Niobe. What it doesn't detect is the Lexington.
Wait, what?
It does not detect the Lexington once it passes through the ring.
Ah,
But it does detect all of the rest of the system that you would expect it to detect.
does it detect the system as a cloud of gas
Mhm.
or?
Yep.
Right.
Gas,
Okay.
debris, a white dwarf, planetary nebula, all that good stuff.
But it's no longer. How do we know it's not detecting us? Oh, we're still receiving data from it, even though it's gone through, but it doesn't detect us. Okay. All right, Captain. It appears, according to the probe, that it's working perfectly, and it can detect the solar system that is exploded, but it can't see us.
Well, it would be a shame to leave the probe all by itself, unable to detect us. So let's go to it.
All right, you pass through, and nothing really seems to change.
Humans can put a personality on anything.
Until, of course, something happens where I had to fiddle around with my DM screen here. A Klingon ship decloaks.
Oh,
no.
There's Klingons on the starboard.
It
bow,
was a
starboard bow.
trap
And
all along.
charges.
Not starting a war with the Klingons. What did I say earlier?
It charges.
I knew we should go to red
weapons, and I need to open up here. So red alert did actually put your shields up, so that's good, because it is about to fire some photon torpedoes at you. Because I am taking the first turn in combat, because you weren't expecting cloaked Klingons.
Weird. Should always expect them.
All right, fortunately,
Just like the Spanish Inquisition.
fortunately for you, the photon torpedoes do in fact miss, but it is now your turn as a crew. Who's doing what?
I'm waiting for the order to fire weapons.
I'm rapidly flipping through the rule book to find the ship combat rules.
Yeah,
Talk
I don't,
is doing the evasive maneuver that he just got good at.
All right, so hey, in that case, why don't you just roll that as your turn? Roll evasive maneuvers.
That is daring and con, I think.
I believe so. Let me double check the GM screen because I have a
just
GM screen.
found it. Page 221 is where the combat rules are, and
Ooh.
evasive actions, daring and con, difficulty 1,
There you go.
assisted by the ship's structure and con.
Okay. Helm operations applies to that.
Yes.
structure and con, did you say?
Yes.
Yes.
Does that mean that you are using talk as your primary for the scene?
That's your primary for this combat, yes.
Okay.
I'll reduce the crew support, which I think puts us at 2.
No, we've already activated talk. It's fine.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize. Wait, he's like,
But
if you
we
activate
should
them
all,
once per
be at 2
episode,
because
that's
I
it.
activated talk and you activated Dave.
Yeah. So
We did, but my question is,
a supporting character can be activated, and then they're available for that mission, and it costs 1 crew support to activate them. Period.
I thought it was per scene. I didn't realize it
no.
was per mission.
Because then, if you wanted to have a supporting character who was like frequently in that mission, it would quickly get prohibitive, and
That makes sense.
all right. So that is 3 successes, which means that you not only have completed evasive maneuvers, but you have done so with while gaining momentum. All right, so the
And that also gives us +2 resistance until the next turn.
yes, the Klingon ship is going to move here into the temporal eddies, which does require them to make a check, which they succeed at. So they do not have any particular problems with temporal eddies, because yes, some of these zones do in fact have rules associated with them beyond just being in a place. Who is next?
Lieutenant Croc, fire at will.
Who's Will?
All right.
I know, what's he done, man?
Riker's not here yet. He's not even.
We
born.
are 2 zones away, so phasers, we're within phaser range. The torpedoes being long range, is there a penalty to using them closer? I can't remember.
There is. If you're not in the
Then
ideal
probably
range,
phasers.
then it is +1 difficulty. So it's going to be 2 difficulty right now. Daring and weapons, assisted by the ship's. I believe that's. So yeah, that's the ship's. What is it? Weapons and security. So daring and security with the ship's weapons and security.
All right. I'll use momentum.
Okay.
And which one were you firing? I'm sorry, I missed.
Phasers.
Firing phasers or torpedoes.
You were firing and you missed.
I'll do phasers.
All right. Torpedoes would have given me a threat, which is always fun.
And
I
I
should have
have
spent
the
the threat to
focus
fire.
of shipboard weapons, so
All right, that
I'm
applies.
using that.
All right, that is 1 momentum restored, and you have successfully hit. So roll damage, which is going to should be on the ship's character sheet already.
I'll do that.
Someone has to.
Both the evasive actions and the weapons take a power, right?
Yes.
All right, so we're at 12.
Yes.
So what am I doing on this ship?
Nothing yet,
Right.
other than reducing power, I guess, to lower than it should be.
I got that.
Okay, you got it. All right. So roll damage for the ship. Probably Croc, since you're the one who fired.
Sure. I have to open the ship.
It shouldn't be
I
too
got
hard.
it. I'm right there.
Yeah, it's not hard, but it just took me a second. Okay, he already got it.
All right. Yeah. So let me just mark down. Okay. On the Klingon ship's next turn, they fire their, let's see, phaser banks at you, because yes, they do have those. And I'm going to
Cheaters.
spend 3 momentum to get 2 extra dice. Not momentum, sorry, threat. So let's see. I probably shouldn't have, because that was 4 successes on a difficulty 2 roll. So let's see.
Would it be? Is it normally difficulty 1?
No, it would normally have been difficulty 2.
Because the evasive action would increase the difficulty by 1.
Oh, in that case, I get 1 less threat.
Captain, have we tried hailing the Klingons yet?
I mean, they're hailing us in the typical Klingon fashion.
Hailing us in the form of bullets.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right.
Perhaps opening a channel might be a good idea. Maybe they're here for the
Captain.
same reason as we are. Looking at the distress signal.
We're going
I
to
see.
we're going to win the fight, then we'll talk.
All right. What is the
I
ship's...
see you've heard of this weird, controversial, non-canon thing that is called the Vulcan salute.
What is the ship's resistance?
+2 for the.
Yeah, but what is the total? It should normally just be the ship's scale.
It's normally 4.
Well, fortunately,
Resistance is 4, yes.
as a result of some expert evasive maneuvering, the phasers managed to simply glance off the shields, causing no reduction to the shield value.
Nice.
All right.
You see, you have to angle the hull, then it is more effective.
Do a barrel roll. That's a neat trick.
Do a barrel
So it
roll.
always works.
All right. Who's next?
I'm going to use my direct action to order Croc to fire again.
Okay.
So you'll be assisted by my
Presence
By
and
I
command.
assist by my command. Yeah. It doesn't dictate what stat, but we usually use presence.
Yeah, presence and command is
and-
probably right.
And since I have the advisor talent, Croc, you can re-roll 1d20.
Nice. All right,
Okay.
Croc. What are you doing? Firing those phasers like ordered?
Yeah, this time I am going to use my precision targeting
Okay.
talent.
What does that do?
Let's see. When you make an attack against a target that's a specific system of the opposing ship, you can re-roll 1d20, so an additional re-roll, and it gets the attack gains 1 piercing.
Okay. What system would you like to target?
They're weapons.
All right. So that's going to increase the difficulty to 3.
All right, I'll use 1 momentum to
And you
get
got-
3 dice.
And I assisted, and you can re-roll one of those d20s.
Okay.
I can
From me.
re-roll 2 with my ability as well.
All right.
So
Well,
I'll re-roll this.
yeah, you
one
failed
that
once.
failed.
Yep. Just type, or you can just click the 1 and just roll it.
I'll just hit 1.
All right. Well, that is
Huzzah.
two more successes than needed. So one more success than needed. Sorry. So we're back up to
And
momentum 1,
The ship should do weapons and security, right?
but with 1 piercing, right?
Yep, it has 1 piercing as a result
Okay.
of my targeting.
All right. So roll that phaser's damage and also reduce the ship's power by 1.
I got the power.
Phasers. Phaser banks. Wow.
Oof.
How?
Not great.
Yeah, that's 1 damage, which does nothing.
Wow.
Yeah, that's rough. All right. But that is the end for them. So, who else hasn't taken a turn who would like to?
Well, I could
I have
attempt
not
to
landed yet.
repair the damage done to the shields.
Actually, has there been any damage done to the shields?
I don't think
That-
I
so.
don't think so.
No, you could recharge power, though. You could restore some power.
Yeah, okay, I'll do that one.
That's always useful.
That's
You can never have too much
difficulty.
power.
That's difficulty 2.
Yes.
What is it?
Power!
Is that daring and engineering, or what?
Power management, daring, or control plus engineering, difficulty 2.
There you go.
And I'm going to use my procedural compliance and well-versed in established Starfleet engineering practices by spending 2 momentum to create an advantage. Obtaining the proper technical manuals, I get an extra d20 during the engineering task.
All right. Well, that's going to cost 1 momentum and 1 threat.
Okay, I'll do that. So I get 3d20. Is that an extra one? And I've got the advantage, right?
Yep.
And I will use my electroplasma power systems focus as well.
Works for me. All right, that is a success. It occurs to me
so
I
you
didn't
gain 1 point of power plus 1 additional point per momentum spent.
So, how much momentum would you like to spend, or 3, or threat would you like to give now that you're out of momentum? You can just restore the
Advice.
1 power. It's fine.
We're pretty good. We're pretty good
Yeah.
on power.
Okay.
Yeah, just restore the 1 instead of doing extra. Just leave it as it is. So that's fine.
All right. So, Tregan
That's
and
the
Landbird,
12.
is there anything you two would like to do?
Yeah, so we've got temporal eddies, we've got radiation, we've got all sorts of fun stuff. I want to see if there's any way I can help calibrate our systems to work better in this, or possibly send out some false signals with it to mess with the Klingon ship.
Well, that would probably be a create advantage spend, which would cost 2 momentum, but you don't have any, so it will be a threat spend. Do you want to give me threat to do that? Bearing in mind that next turn, the captain could use some kind of inspiring presence type action, just generate a bunch of momentum with a difficulty 0 task.
And I'm really good at that.
Yeah,
task.
we'll hold off on that one.
You
Okay.
were quite inspiring last episode with all your fisticuffs.
Unfortunately, I can't directly punch the Klingon ship.
You sure we just put you into
You could if you jumped out of the ship.
Like Superman.
You got to do like that 40K art where the guys popped out of the tank with the sword. He's like, drive me closer. I want to use my sword on them. You could just do that with this. Drive me closer. I want to use my hand phaser on them.
No,
Thanos is
fist.
the one
I don't
with the-
use my
Okay,
fist.
yeah. Well, you gotta use both
With the
fists
sword.
though.
We could just teleport you directly onto the Klingon bridge. You just start punching.
Yeah.
How's that?
Well, I mean, they're both your and their shields would have to be down for that to work. So, yeah. All right. So, does Dr. Tregan want to do anything, or do you want to just pass?
I want to gather, have my medical subordinates prepping and getting ready for if there's any kind of hull breach or any kind of.
Nurse Yanren is ready to go.
Exploding
Somebody
consoles.
trips and falls and gets a boo-boo.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, we have an hour and 21 minutes to get the super chat goal, and we need 8 more super chats of teal or higher. Just putting that out there. All right, so that'll make it the next turn. The players will go first on this turn because there's no longer any kind of surprise, and this game defaults to players first. So, who would like to go first?
I think I'll generate us the momentum.
Okay.
Using the rally action. I have a focus and inspiration. Would that count?
It absolutely would count.
It's the first time I've been able to use this focus. I will. Doesn't make sense to spend momentum, just gain it right back. So I'll just roll the normal 2 dice.
Hey, that's a point of momentum. All right.
I've just got excited. Sorry, James is just messaging me for Monday debates, and I'm doing a second debate when I'm out there. I'm going to be debating Alex Stein about the moon landings.
Oh man.
Wait, like prime time with Alex Stein?
Yeah, I'm going to be doing a live debate with him about the moon landings.
Please do me a favor and get some dirt on Vic Mignogna.
Apparently, he also wants to have a drink with me and talk. So I'm going to record that.
Was he the guy I debated on whether or not dinosaurs are real? Wasn't he there for that when I was on modern day debate for that debate?
Possibly. He was also there on the thing on the Witsit and Astronomy Live route recently. Tim Pool.
All right. Well, hey, it's good to know that we have another Alex Jones. Seriously. All right. So, the Klingon ship is going to take a check. I'm going to spend some threat to give them an extra die. This is going to be one of their piloting checks to get through the temporal eddies without too much trouble. And they fail, which means that they gain you see a small little explosion on their ship, but they do manage to go over here.
Excited.
And then they use their disruptor cannon. I'm going to use more threat.
Seems like a problem.
Yeah,
The evasive actions would still be in effect, I think, because he hasn't gone yet.
Yeah, it's until the end of Talk's next turn, so until Talk has gone again, it still works.
I think we should start launching shuttlecraft at them. They're useless to everything else.
All right, so that is a hit, and that is going to be another...
Xinti Folly.
Let's see.
Each propulsion system is directly proportional to its use as a weapon.
Yep.
All right, and that has vicious, so I gotta double check that. So that's...
Ouch.
So you are hit for 9 points of shield damage. However, because you have your scale of 4 and +2 resistance, that actually only does 3 points of shield damage.
That is good.
Right, so we're down to 4 shield. Whose turn is it?
It
Whoever
is
wants to go.
anyone but the captains.
Okay, well-
Since they already shot at us, it might make sense to have Talk go to do an attack pattern, which would then set up Croc to go.
That
Do you want me to attempt to repair the shields first?
Yeah, why don't we run out the clock and force if they're going to shoot at us some more while our evasive is up, and then we can do the double whammy with attack and weapons.
that sounds like a plan, yeah.
So recharging the shields. is...
Yep.
let's see.
That is regenerate shields, power requirement 1, control engineering difficulty 1, assisted by the ship's structure and engineering. It regains 2 points of shields plus 2 more for each momentum spent.
Yeah, okay, so I'll do that, and
I got the ship.
I'll use my electroplasma power systems focus.
The ship did not help.
Do you want me to use a momentum?
You only have one.
It's only difficulty 1. Rather spend
Yeah.
the momentum to actually regenerate the shields.
Or to
So,
shoot them.
Right, okay, I'll just do it without... Oh, yeah, what's...
Hey, well,
There we
that's
go.
2 momentum. So you regenerate 2 points of shields, right? And you have... Would you regenerate all 3 if you spent 1 point of momentum, basically?
Okay, yeah, I'm going to spend 1 point
Yeah.
of momentum then and get the rest back.
All right. So somewhere on subspace, there's some Klingon yelling, "Het-ta, poop," because he really doesn't like that you guys have recharged your shield so fast.
How many shields are we supposed to have? What's our ship's max?
It should say there. I think it's some.
Like, I don't know if the number of bubbles is correct or
I
if...
think it should be automatically calculated. I don't remember what the actual calculation
Yeah,
is.
the number of available bubbles should be correct, like
Yeah.
with
Okay.
stress for characters.
Got it.
Yeah,
Okay,
and it
cool.
says 10.
Actually, the only real big difference between you guys and this Klingon ship is, 1, it has better weapons, but also, 2, you have a much, much better crew. Like,
Yeah,
by a
like,
lot.
Yeah,
I can
straight we
instantly
do.
recharge my shields.
Yeah, like, if this were on an even playing field where, like, this was an NPC constitution and an NPC D7, the D7 would almost certainly win. But that's almost certainly not going to happen here.
Can we activate the new Ori beam weapons we had installed?
You cannot.
All right.
Oh.
Alright, so,
Can we steal their weapons and
they-
install them on our ship?
You may not. However, they decide to try to themselves fix some shields. I'm going to spend 1 for it.
So,
Alright, they succeed. So they have also regenerated some shielding. Alright,
Wait, guys.
whose turn is it next?
We
I'm
need to
waiting for the
detach the
order.
saucer section.
So, we were gonna have talk pilot and do an attack pattern, but
Okay.
since our closest weapon is a medium range weapon, it would actually be just as efficient for him to just move us one zone.
Okay.
What,
Um,
what if we moved further away and used the photon torpedoes?
That's also an option.
Well, how about
Because
this?
then we're further away from their
But-
weapons as well.
But then we'd have to move through the temporal eddies, which
Attack
and
pattern...
photon torpedoes are an escalation weapon, right?
Yeah,
Right.
but attack pattern
So
can
we
also
would,
generate
every time
momentum.
we use them, we give Dapper free threat.
Attack pattern can generate momentum. Just putting that out there.
true. That's a good point. But it is a difficulty 2. Well, it's up to Talk's character or player right now. So
The question is, in normal combat, you can move one zone as a minor action. Does that also work in space combat?
Yeah, so if you...
no.
Oh, sorry. Oh, well, I was
Sorry.
going to go... Go ahead. You have it open, so you probably have
Well,
a
I have
reference.
the helm. One of the tasks you can take is the maneuver action, where you can adjust the position and move to anywhere within medium range. And unless otherwise noted, all tasks are control con tasks with a difficulty of 0.
Yeah.
So if you were to just maneuver, you'd probably generate a bunch of momentum.
A lot of momentum, yeah.
Seems
If,
like
if
moving-
it gives the same advantage as having the attack pattern, then it's probably useful to do the difficulty 0 instead of the difficulty 2 task.
Yeah.
So what are you going to do? You could go to the temporal eddies
And
or the
I'll
radiation
maneuver
zone.
us into medium range.
Which would be the Nebula Taurus, probably.
No, you're in the Nebula Taurus.
But it looks like it's divided into 2 spots. Is it
Oh
not
yeah,
intended to be?
you could go to the other Nebula Taurus.
So we would move to the upper zone, yeah.
All right, give me that.
Okay, and I'll roll that con roll.
And the ship's engines and
That's another
con.
3. No. Yes. Oh, and no. That is still only 3. Yeah, for some reason it keeps resetting the ship
Odd.
to 2 dice for some...
Yeah, I don't know why.
I fixed it once, but it doesn't last.
And did you get Willem Talks is 3? So that's 1, 2. So that's 3 momentum you've gained.
Huzzah.
All right, you guys
That
are up at
sounds good.
5 momentum. What is the plan?
So, Alpha
The
Strike.
plan is to now shoot them, Croc. Shoot them hard.
All right. I will do that. How much momentum we got?
5.
5.
5?
5.
Oh, wait, sorry.
5.
Yeah,
I'll
we
boost
just
it
got
up to,
3 for the movement.
I'll boost it up to 4 dice there.
Okay.
All right, and I'm a firing.
My lasers.
All right,
We're
so
looking
that
for the
is
ship.
2
Nice.
momentum restored.
The ship did not help.
All right.
That is
Oh, that's still
fine.
pretty good.
All right. Roll some damage.
And damage? Okay, I assume I'm still using phasers.
Yes.
All right.
That's-
1,
They're
2,
medium, so they are perfect.
5. Yeah, that is definitely a lot better.
That is better damage.
All right.
For sure.
And anyone else have any tasks they want before the next turn?
Yeah, I wanted to create that advantage.
So it'll be 2 momentum. So what are you doing to create this advantage?
I'm trying to use the weird graviton and chronoton waves to kind of mask our appearance on their sensors, see if I can throw them off a little bit.
All right. I will let you know that you can do that if you go into the radiation zone.
We probably don't want to irradiate the ship.
Well, our shields can handle it for a while.
Yeah, Captain, we might be able to mask our location a little bit here, but it would involve dipping into the radiation a bit.
I'll check our shield status before I answer and say, I think our shields can hold up better to radiation than the Klingon disruptors. Make it so.
Can we get Dr. Tregan to prepare any kind of radiation inoculations for the crew?
Break out the
Yeah, I'm
iodine
on it.
pills.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start pumping it into the water like it's fucking fluoride.
All right. So that means
But
it
yeah, I'll
is-
group my guys into like little groups and start sending them to different stations with radiation stuff.
All right.
Pass out the lead foil hats.
So it is the ship's turn again. So who's gonna go first?
They're all just oompa loompas.
Are we back at the top of the order?
Yep.
So what I think we should do, probably what the Klingons will do, my guess, is they're going to come to us, and we're going to want to move away again. So if we do order of operations, fire now, because we're in ideal range, then they come to us, then we escape to the radiation zone, then create advantage.
Sounds like a
Sounds
plan.
good.
Okay.
That means it's Croc's turn to fire.
All right.
Am I able to do anything to boost the power to the weapons?
Not really. You could later spend momentum to create some kind of advantage and play it out that way, which could then give you some kind of bonus weapon damage. But, like, yeah, that's a thing possible. Let's just
So what's
resolve
our
Crocs.
momentum looking like?
2.
2?
2. I'll throw one onto my roll.
All right, that is you gain that momentum back, and then 1.
Mhm.
All right.
Ship is not
Just
being very helpful.
generally firing.
No.
Well, the ship is more a science vessel,
True.
you know?
Are we sure we're not still in the shuttle?
Yes.
Okay, I will roll the phaser banks again.
Unfortunately, that seems to do very little.
Mm.
All right, the Klingon ship.
Apparently,
have to
ship
tune our
phasers can
weapons.
also be set to tickle.
The Klingon ship, I will spend 1 point of threat to get a 3rd die, is shooting its phaser banks at you. That is 1 success. So that is... let's see. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 9 points of damage. However, your resistance of 4 does reduce that down to 5 points of damage, which isn't still enough for a breach. So that's unfortunate.
So the shields go down by 5?
Yeah, but there's also a breach, which I need to double check the which page they're on because I forgot to open to it. My apologies. Breach table 227. Okay.
I like the hashtag not a military organization.
Yeah, you're definitely not a military organization. Let's see.
Those are self-defense photon torpedoes.
I mean, technically they are, but you know. All right, so let's just roll a d6. Your communications have been breached, which you probably don't care about too much, but just so you know, communications are breached. You might want to fix it later.
So they've hacked our communications.
No,
No, it got shot.
Yeah, the phasers managed to temporarily punch through your shields and damage whatever array it is you use for communications.
Okay.
And
well,
so
All I'm hearing is if they surrender, we can't hear them.
Yeah.
Okay. Am I able to attempt to repair that?
Well, why don't we focus on the shields?
Oh, how are our shields looking right now? Oh, shit. Okay, right. Yeah. I should attempt to repair the shields first. Yeah.
Exactly
I think-
50%.
I think you can basically negate breaches, but the damage doesn't go away in combat. That needs a proper repair.
Yeah.
But you can get the communication system back online.
Right. Okay. I'm gonna.
Borg Emporia says prepare for casualties, and I'm like, not on my ship.
Nope.
All right. I'm gonna control and engineering to attempt to repair the shields.
Yeah, difficulty 2.
Difficulty
Assisted by
2. Yeah, I'm
ships.
gonna use my electroplasma power system, and I'm going to spend all those momentum to get 4 die.
Okay.
Dice.
All right. Well, that's 2 momentum back. So that heals 2. Would you like to spend any momentum to gain additional shield points back?
So we should get to. So we're back up to 3 momentum, are we?
2 momentum.
Well, I'll spend.
Oh wait, no, hold
one
on.
of
Yeah,
those
you should be at
extra.
4 momentum, shouldn't you?
And the ship got 2 successes as well.
Right.
Jeez.
Okay. In that case,
So, yeah,
if we were
you're
at
at
4.
6
I will
momentum.
spend 3 and leave us with 1 momentum and completely fix the shields.
Oh, okay, hold on. So I got some math wrong because I wasn't looking at the ships. So we actually got all the way up to 6 momentum. So
Okay, so we're left with 3
just the
then. 'cause
success-
I've just spent 3.
yeah, just the success gives you 2 points back. So yeah, if you want to spend 3, you'd be still at 3 momentum.
Okay, cool. Shields are fully repaired. Captain,
Okay.
shields are fully repaired. We should be able to take pretty much all the damage they can chuck at us.
I suspect you'll need to do that again.
On it, Captain. Just say the word.
You know, giving me a point of threat is not that bad given how much damage photon torpedoes can do. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I was about to say our next shot, we should just go ahead and unload the torpedoes.
That is true, yeah.
All right, so
Captain, our
The
torpedoes are only for scientific purposes.
So the Klingon ship is going to maneuver back to... Oh, sorry. I just realized I'm trying to move the Klingon ship on OBS, and that's not how OBS works.
I
Damn
can't
you,
tell you how many
OBS.
times I've tried to move it on the YouTube.
Yeah, okay, so the Klingon ship actually backs up a space, or back into the temporal eddies.
Do we hear a loud beep, beep?
So since the
As they
temporal
go.
eddies touches both zones, it didn't actually change the range, right?
That is technically correct, yep.
Okay.
Who's up next? Come on, somebody.
Well, it can't be me.
We-
I
we-
Well,
already...
yeah, no,
want to
I
move
just
into
got
the
to fix the
radiation
shields.
zone or
So...
not?
All right, hold on. So if Talk hasn't gone, medium range. Why don't we use impulse to move us into the white? Well, so we could move into the. Would moving to the white dwarf allow us to still do the advantage thing that?
Yes.
Landford. Okay, then we should use the impulse maneuver to get us to the white dwarf, which will put us at optimum range for the torpedoes.
Oh my
That
God.
sounds good, yeah.
So that would be a control difficulty 0 with a power requirement of 1. So I'll drop the power to 9.
Okay. Control, con, helm operation applies. Okay.
What's our max power?
14,
Right, okay.
Difficulty
because we
0.
got the redundant fusion
Oh, yeah.
reactors.
Yeah, something Shelby was very unhappy about. Oh.
Yeah, didn't tell me it was happening whilst I was on Vulcan.
Do we
Cheers.
have anything that gets us a reroll for that?
Termination, maybe?
Mm,
Yeah, I don't think
You
supporting
can spend-
characters can spend or.
do supporting characters get determination?
No, they normally can't use it. But, yeah,
Fair enough.
I think you're stuck here. Which means you could still use photon torpedoes. It'll just be difficulty 3. You have 3 momentum. It's not
Yeah,
that
okay,
hard to do a
fair enough.
difficulty 3 roll.
Pardon me.
Has anybody not gone? That
Plus,
needs to go?
Borg Emporia really wants to see them fire. You guys fire photon torpedoes. Really,
I mean,
really
Technically,
wants.
I have not gone, but I really don't think I'm doing anything besides directing medical staff.
Is there anything else? Am I allowed to go again? Can I try and fix the power?
If you've
increase the
already
power of the
gone,
ship?
you can't go again this turn. But we're about to start a new turn if everyone has already gone. So.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, we'll start a new turn.
Right. Well, I'll just straight away go and try and increase the power for the ship then.
Okay.
Using my electroplasma power systems. What's the difficulty of it?
2.
2. All right. Well, I'm just going to use one of the momentum then to get 3 dice. Boom.
All right. So that is 1 momentum generated. All right. So that was for repairing which system?
The power.
Oh, right, getting the power.
So
back
that gives you 1 power plus 1 per momentum spent.
Would you like to spend
Well,
any
I'll spend
momentum?
another 2 momentum and take it up to 12 then.
Okay. Yes, technically you could rush the bridge and try to restore the comm system.
I don't know how good Chesh is at that, but Chesh, you could invoke a supporting character who's an engineer,
Oh.
and she could do it.
Or I can just watch you all struggle.
I think Lieutenant Fitz needs to get in on the action.
All right. Anyway, it's the Klingon's turn, I think.
Yes, it is. The Klingons are going to go ahead and fire their photon torpedoes. Picked up too many dice. Fortunately for you guys, they do in fact miss.
Mm-hmm. Good.
All right. I'm going to use the rally ability again to regenerate some of our momentum.
I
Okay.
need as much as I can get to shoot.
Presence command. My focus is on because inspiration. But I'm not very inspiring, apparently. That is the second time in a row I've rolled 2 19s.
Yeah, you spent all your
Yeah, that's really
inspiration
bad.
last episode.
Yeah,
That's really, really bad.
it's really bullshit.
All right. Well, it is the Klingons' turn, and I'm just gonna spend another threat and fire again. Damn it! I rolled 1 over what I actually needed to hit you guys with photon torpedoes.
I love when combat lasts so long only because everyone is rolling shit.
Yeah. All right. Well,
But like nobody's doing anything poorly here, or nobody's like doing anything wrong. It's just taking long because
the dice
everyone's
rolling.
rolling completely.
The writers
garbage.
of the episode needed to pad the episode.
Yeah.
well, hey, the Klingon ship isn't doing too well. If you can get a breach, that might be the combat for you.
All right.
If
Well,
they're not doing well, you could always try the comms that are
our
broken.
comms are breached. Why don't we try again to impulse ourselves to this dwarf and do the plan we had last time?
Okay.
And that'll also generate momentum, hopefully.
Hopefully.
I'm just waiting.
So, someone gonna roll
What
for
should
that?
Talk.
Here, you
That's
okay over there?
control or dare? Is that control,
control
or
con.
daring?
Control
Control
con.
Okay,
con
then-
difficulty 0.
Then I'm just rolling for. See, that's
There
a
you
better
go.
roll.
Well done.
Wait, I thought it was difficulty 2 for impulse.
It doesn't say, and if it doesn't say, the difficulty is 0.
All right, then sure.
It does. Impulse does have a power requirement, and I dropped our power.
Ah, okay. All right. So in that case, you do manage to go close to the white dwarf. There is intense radiation, but the shields can handle it. And yeah, fire away, I guess. The Klingon ship is going to do a quick restoration on power, which they did actually do.
Okay.
But yeah, now if you want, you can fire photon torpedoes with a regular difficulty of 2.
Lieutenant Croc, torpedoes are authorized.
All right.
Fire!
I'm gonna try
Can't
to
start a
target.
war with the Klingons if there's no Klingons to say we got in a fight with them.
I'm gonna target their weapons, like I did last time, and I'm gonna bump myself up to 4.
Okay.
Whoops, I'm on the wrong sheet. I was on the Lexington sheet. There we go. I got 3.
One more, 2
ship
more
up
than
with
needed.
one.
All right, everyone who's a member, get your photon torpedo emojis in the chat. I want to see nothing but photon torpedoes. Roll it.
No pelagic tunicates.
No, that's not even an option here. What channel do you think we're on? Why would I do that to myself here, too? See, there we go. FTFE's got some photon torpedoes.
Space whales.
All right.
I clicked the thing. That's what it gave me.
That seems like not enough dice.
Yeah, that does not seem like enough. That should be at
There's
least
no way.
2 more.
2 more.
Yeah, roll a couple d6s.
Okay.
That's a lot of photon torpedoes in the chat. We just blew up the chat, guys.
Yeah,
I
we
got
did.
2 2s.
All right, so that is 2 more. So that's 2, 4, 5, 7. I got to double check on what high yield does because I actually don't remember.
I just had it pulled up. High
Okay.
yield on page 231. The weapon inflicts massive damage if the attack inflicts 1 or more breaches and inflicts an additional breach.
Ah, okay. So let's see. So that is 2, 4, 5, 6.
And I was
7.
targeting their weapons system.
All right. Well, there's good news. The Klingon ship blows up spectacularly.
Okay.
Good job, guys.
And Lieutenant Matt the Navigator for
Should you
199
say?
says space whales. You say? I do say space
Yeah.
whales. Hey, cetacean
I
is
turn around to Croc and go to high 5 and realize that he's got wings.
he can still high five. He has arms too. He has 6
Yay,
wings.
we high 5.
He has 2.
Yeah,
He has 2
I
arms,
have-
2 feet.
I have-
2 wings.
Yeah, I have back wings. I don't
Yeah,
have.
I tried to high 5 your wings though and go.
Oh,
wait, hold
okay.
on.
So by the way, speaking of whales in space, yes, in the next campaign, it is possible that someone might play a cetacean because that is one of the species allowed. I'm going to make a ruling that for the sake of practicality, you can't make your main character a baleen whale or a sperm whale. You need to come up with a killer whale or smaller odontocete. So
Blue whale.
yeah, so Tursinops is a good
Bottlenose
option.
dolphin.
That was what was that? Beluga whales were on the Cerritos. Bottlenose dolphins were on the
Yeah.
Enterprise. So we got some options in there. Also, I'm not. I was gonna say I don't know if I'm gonna let a Vaquita pass because I'm pretty sure they'll be extinct within the next decade. But it would be adorable to be a dolphin that's like this big. It's the smallest cetacean, but it's also there's 5 of
Maybe-
them left in the
maybe they-
wild.
That would be pretty cute.
Maybe they brought them back from the past, like the humpback whales.
Oh yeah, restore the. Maybe that's actually what happened to the Vaquitas. Is they all just got brought forward in time, which could have just been solved by not ever going back in time to grab them. Which is one of the big plot holes I have with the Chronicles, the Dragon Riders of Pern. It's like, okay, so the dragons disappeared because you went back in time to get them to bring them forward to the present. But if you hadn't done that, the dragons wouldn't
Yeah.
have disappeared. So
Dragon Riders of Pern
Well,
was
it was-
such a wild ride.
It was not only to get the dragons, but to get the experienced dragon riders.
okay, there is that. That is a good point because no one it had been a long interval or something. So fair enough.
Yeah, but it
Fair.
was still only a long interval because there were no dragons.
No, it was a long interval because the orbital
No,
mechanics.
that wasn't true. It was because there's always decades of what's the fungus called?
It's
Where the weird
thread.
stuff doesn't bloom. Yeah.
Thread. Yeah, the normal size intervals were like a century, but this one lasted like a millennium just because of the weird orbital mechanics. Anyway,
Yeah.
you guys have blown up a Klingon ship. I spent most of my threat. So,
try to look for survivors, or did it look like it blew up?
Oh, it blew
Too
up, blew
much.
up. However, you do
We're in
notice
space.
that all the local subspace chatter is Klingon in origin. There are no Federation transmissions of any kind that are on your comms at all.
Okay.
Guess we better fix the comms.
Sorry, I've just read
that-
an announcement, guys. Star Trek have announced a Klingon-based show centering around Worf's family, and it's going to be like Game of Thrones.
I
not.
would...
Why couldn't it be a slice of life?
Okay. Is it called Star Trek House of Moog?
It doesn't seem to have a
So-
title yet.
Okay.
Is the distress signal still going off?
It is, actually.
Can we determine where this distress signal is coming from?
Yes, it actually seems to be coming from a pile, some kind of, like, Tilikaal structure in the distance, which I'm not going to make you roll to get to. Which actually we're going to change the scene and reduce... Let's see.
Are we able to take a potty break? I need to do a Riley.
Yeah, we can take a quick break. We've been going for about 2 hours. So everyone, we will be back in just about 5 minutes. In the meantime, feel free to get yourself some snacks, get yourself a drink, whatever, and we will be back in about 5 minutes. All right, we are back from break with Zerolon. Not Zerolon. No, Zerolon is here. All of our names are screwed up because someone isn't back on time, even though he was given a 5-minute warning. Yeah, although it says that you're Necro and that your name is Lieutenant Alik Omkrok. But hey, we've got a. So, we have another $5 super chat, which means we only have 7 left to go with 45 minutes on the timer. Mark, right-handed Sith Smith, says, at top hats off, and because they use their engines on the ship in orbit to blow the red planet, of course, in 3 calculated timed blasts with an attempt at a tunicate. Thank you very much. All right, so I'm not going to keep waiting for Tiri. We're just going to deal with the fact that the names are wrong right now. Because I'm also not going to go and try and fix them, only for him to come back for them to be wrong again. Let's see. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm okay with that. I'm also okay with absolutely ignoring everything about Captain Lorca referencing Elon Musk as a great inventor or scientist of the past. Here's my hypothesis for that. Mirror Musk was actually a hyper competent inventor who did all sorts of who had to go to and did all sorts of amazing stuff. And because Captain Lorca is actually Mirror Lorca, he's thinking about Mirror Musk when he says that, and that's how that whole thing happened. Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Is Elon Tusk.
I just realized I didn't unmute everyone. I'm sorry. I'm taking a drink now. I suck at this.
Saying that the reason why Dr. Trigan, it's because we've made a couple Elon Musk references like in game.
Yeah.
The reason Dr. Trigan knows who Elon Musk is because Dr. Trigan has studied historical medicine, and somewhere along somewhere in the timeline, Elon Musk is like known as like a medical malpractice criminal for like blowing up a bunch of people's brains with a as a terrorist
with Neuralink.
With his Neuralink, yeah.
All right. All right. So, you are now, as you are detecting this, distress signal, it starts to actually infiltrate into your minds. You can start hearing the whispers of requests for help and occasional screams of agony telepathically. I'm spending 2 threat to add the complication whispers in the dark. So I would like everyone to do this. So while this is in effect, I'm going to be adding 2 to the complication range of all tasks. So most tasks will be complication range 3 while this is in effect. If I tell you a different complication range, which will only be higher, then you can apply it higher, but for now, it defaults to 3. And I would like a control in science or engineering check, which can be assisted by the ship's sensors and science or engineering.
Control and science, or I've got a 14. Cool. Control and
15.
What do you have on control and engineering, though? Shelby?
Lanford, I think, has it max. Should have.
Yeah, I'm at 15.
Okay. Well, let's roll it with one of those 15s then. Difficulty 1.
Wow.
Wow.
What?
Taking a couple threats.
Right.
He rolled a
Rolled-
double
and it
crit
rolled
fail, which means he rolled
8.
2 20s.
No, well,
Oh,
the
shit, just
complication range is
exploded.
higher. He rolled a 19 and a 20.
All right, so
Why can't I roll like that in a game where you actually want to roll high numbers?
yeah. Well, here's what's gonna happen.
Have you seen our first officer?
Did we die?
No, you don't die. However, Lieutenant Lanford rolls onto the floor, clutching his head, having been dealt 5 points of stress from the psychic damage, which is going to cause an injury, which means you can no longer take tasks this turn. However, you can report that it is actually this was never a distress signal from a ship. This is a distress signal from the Tilikaal, apparently as a group, and it is in fact coming from a location in this alternate quantum reality version of Beta Niobe. And he is able to point it well enough at the sensors to direct where the ship should go. And he should probably report to sickbay. Oh, hey, look!
Yeah.
The XO is back. Some, like, I don't know, 3 minutes late. Come on.
I have IBS, so unless you want to talk details about the consistency and smell of my bowel movements, we should stop this inquiry right here.
Bring the laptop to the bathroom.
There you go.
No.
So, yeah, we'll order a medical team to evacuate Dr. Lanford.
Okay.
Is Lanford a PhD?
Of course he is.
Oh.
Is she a doctor or a doctor in cheese making?
Lanford has 17 PhDs in scanning.
All right.
I imagine Lanford has multiple PhDs, but none of them are in a relevant field. They're just random weird things.
All right. So what we're gonna
PhD
do?
of pickleball.
Genesis apologetics.
What we're gonna do now is we need to use the scientific method, see if we can figure out what's going on. So, how that's gonna work is we're gonna need to give some hypotheses as to what the heck.
Wait. We should go and get Flatsoid if we're going to do the scientific method. He's the only one that knows
It's
it.
true, yeah. He could tell us what the IV and the DV is going to be, and whether or not a kilogram weighs a kilogram, if it's another kilogram.
Yeah.
A
We have to
kilogram
know,
of feathers or a kilogram
Also,
of steel?
I think you mispronounced his name.
Flatsoid, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Since this is a sciencey thing, Hawk will adamantly step away, like definitively, and I'm gonna play Bob Dave instead.
All right. Bob Dave has already been activated, so that is fine. You don't have to spend any more crew support.
Paul's just gone to Tregan's quarters.
Who's looking
and
something
locked
up?
the door.
You're sending them to my bedroom?
We sent him to medbay.
All
sick
right.
bay, rather.
So let's see. Bob Dave, give me
I just
a
have a cod in there.
difficulty 0 science. Sorry, reason and science check.
From whom?
Bob Dave.
Bob Dave. All right, so I'm adding
Bob
one
Dave.
to the. Actually, Bob Dave is going to
That was
take
Bob Dave.
3 stress and psychic damage. But you do in fact manage to figure out that whatever is happening, it does seem to have its origin with a bit of Tilikaal technology, and so it is time to hypothesize.
I think that these
So-
creatures are multidimensional beings that don't really exist in the same kind of time that we do. So that's why there's little time quirks everywhere. Every time they do anything. So they're
Okay.
interdimensional, reaching out for assistance in whatever the hell's going on with them.
All right, and so you think that this is an interdimensional thing going on with the Tilikaal? All right. Any other hypotheses?
I think the Tilikaal have they're from the future and they're extremely advanced and have gone back in time and done stuff. So
Okay.
they're actually, a super advanced species that kind of transcends time.
Bob Dave believes that it is time related, but their technology allows them to project messages up and down the timeline. So they themselves are not from the future, but they're projecting through time. In this case, from the time when this planet was destroyed.
Okay, I'm going to say one of those is close enough to count as correct. Which one would you like to start testing on first?
I think Bob Dave's right.
Yeah, Bob Dave's takes mine and improves on it, so I think we should test Bob Dave's first. There's more likely to be technology involved than super advanced aliens from the future.
All right, so which one are we going to test first? Sorry.
Bob Dave's.
Bob Dave?
Bob Dave's,
Okay.
which was that they are using technology to transmit messages through time.
All right, as this is happening, it will be increasingly painful for the crew. So what I'm going to say is this is going to require 5 successes to determine whether or not it's correct or not. However, You can take multiple tests, but every test that you get where you don't find out that it's the right answer is going to cost everyone 1 point of stress.
I'm gonna start pumping weed into the oxygen supply like it's
Wait.
fluoride.
But what's the reason
Oh
we're
wait,
getting
did I
damaged?
already make that joke?
Psychic damage. You're
You
just
already made the
continuing to
fluoride,
exist
yeah.
in the whispers in the dark trait. All right, so let's get a reason and science check from Bob Dave.
Would my temporal mechanics focus apply?
Absolutely.
All right, and what's our... I've got too many windows open. What's our momentum like?
4.
All right, I will use 3 of those momentum to roll 4 dice.
Okay. All right, so let's see. That is 4 successes. It does not appear that this is the right hypothesis, and everyone takes 1 point of stress from psychic damage.
Ows. Okay, so
Well, we learned I was wrong. That's not nothing.
yeah.
Hey, negative
and
results
if
are really
Bob
important.
Dave's- As Bob Dave's hypothesis was very close to Commander Shelby's, I think we should probably next test Dr. Tregan's hypothesis that it's some kind of interdimensional creature.
I concur.
All right, what are you going to do?
Are we able to test
I mean,
the
it's gonna be
quantum
another-
signature?
It's another reason and science task, but the question is, do you want to spend momentum, give me threat? What do you want?
Well, let's give you a momentum. Let's use momentum and give you a threat as well.
Does Tregan roll this die? Because it's her...
No, it
Hypothesis.
can still be Bob Dave.
All right.
So, Bob Dave, how many momentum and or threat do you want to spend on extra dice?
I'll roll 4 again. That'll be 1 momentum and 2 threat. Is that right?
Mhm. Yep. All right. So you don't know if this is true or not, and everyone takes a stress as you're continuing to test it.
Ow.
Okay. Do we just keep rolling the same thing?
Yeah.
Test it again.
Did we earn any momentum on that?
Nope.
I forgot what the difficulty was.
The difficulty is get enough successes.
Oh, okay. Well then,
The old nerdy bastard says, Khajiit has momentum if you have threat.
yeah. Take 3 threat. I'm gonna roll 4 more dice.
You only need 1 more success. Are you sure about that?
Oh, I didn't realize we were that close. In that case, take 1 threat
Okay.
for...
Khajiit did nothing.
All right, so I'll give you a point of momentum because you did in fact find out that it is in fact close. It seems that the Tilikaal are in fact a multi-dimensional species, and this location seems to have been some kind of area where they were using their cross-dimensional technology or setting it up or something in a way that is unique compared to the other Tilikaal ruins that you found. And, as I said, you do have a place where it seems like all of the problems are emanating from.
All right, well, now that the sciencey folks have figured out what's going on, let's take the ship to that place to investigate it, but I think we should stay at red alert since we're apparently in Klingon space.
Let's just fire more photon torpedoes. It'll be fine.
Maybe those Klingons were us in an alternate dimension.
Yes, if
I
you
am
were
going to
Killed
Klingons.
ourselves.
Yeah,
We
firing
were Klingons.
lasers is just their way of saying hello.
I'm gonna complain to myself while I'm working on Lanford about this annoying red alert that's giving me a headache on top of the stress from the stupid whispering and screams of pain in my head.
So
Has the stress gone away now?
So the Whispers in the Dark are still technically in operation, but they will be going away at the end of the scene, which is basically now. So no. So let's see. One thing is that whoever is on comms notes that the signals that you're getting from the Tilikaal location that you had to solve this whole problem for are actually not the distress signal you originally detected, and that they had just assumed that it was the same thing. These are actually separate transmissions, and they don't know where the stress signal was from. But you can approach what I'm calling the obelisk, which is 3 big chunks of Tilikaal stone that are connected by a bunch of different cables. And when you get close, a hail comes in. Audio
Open the
only.
channel?
A voice that is a little bit hard with a lot of static comes in and says, "Greetings, alien ship. I am the key of realities."
I am Captain Hawk of the USS Lexington.
Zool, motherfucker, Zool!
You have caught me at an unfortunate time.
I took that.
You were in the shower?
I realized that from the screaming. Are you a Tilikaal creation?
I am not familiar with the word Tilikaal, but I was created by those who created this place.
And what were you created for?
To help maintain this technology that they use to investigate alternate quantum realities.
I see that it's not all going according to plan, given the state of the system.
To be fair to my creators, no star lasts forever, and no such installation was ever going to be permanent.
So did the station outlive the star?
Only partially. I fear I might be the only remaining functional section. And can someone give me an insight in science or engineering difficulty 3?
That would be a 16
Lanford?
for me for... Oh, sorry, you said science, not medicine. Never mind.
Or engineering.
14. 14 for me.
Okay.
14 for me as well,
I
Lanford.
think Lanford had 15.
Yeah.
And for
which one we're doing?
you
We're
are
doing
able to be back in the
control
scene
science?
now. Yeah, control science.
Okay, good.
No, sorry, insight.
Yeah, 15.
Insight
You
science.
said insight.
Inside, I have a 14.
All right,
So
well,
we're all back on the bridge then, right
what if
now,
what if
right?
Trigan does it? Because I don't think you've taken a task yet.
I have not taken a test
And it's
yet.
the same for everyone. And so, yeah.
How much momentum do we have?
0.
How much threat do you get?
5.
Are we
That's
still
nothing.
at the
We could.
complication range 3 or no?
Yeah, so you're back down to regular roll challenge. Complication range.
Okay. Alright, I just wanted to make sure.
Right-handed Sid Smith says, "Are you a god?" Always answer yes.
Can I use... Can I use psychology for this?
Yes.
Perfect. The ones! Let's go, baby!
I mean, it's difficulty 3, so that's not a success.
Oh,
But-
come on!
I mean,
Yeah,
I was
wondering why you weren't rolling more dice.
I was very open about this. So you don't gain any extra information, but if it helps, none of the information I was going to reveal is like mission critical. Yeah, by the way, your new objective is to safely get back to mission directive? Yeah, directives is to safely return to your own reality with your logs of sensor readings and whatnot.
So go back through that ring.
Mm-hmm.
Is the ring still there? That's the question.
Well, we also should probably... How much data can we... This thing is at least semi-conscious in some capacity.
Yeah, we
Can
should
take it with us?
Yeah, we should rescue the sentient life.
We should also ensure that this portal is closed so that we don't have an invasion of Klingons from an alternate reality into Starfleet space.
Since you
That's a
didn't
good
cut off
idea.
the channel, the key of reality says, "Oh, that can be turned off fairly easily. I will send you instructions."
As you're listening, do you want to come with us?
It is unlikely that would be physically possible. I am broken into 3 parts, each of which is approximately the size of your entire starship.
Could your data not be transferred to our computers?
No, your computers are far too primitive. You would not have even close
Do
to the storage
you
capacity.
have a computer that we could bring with us?
Other than my physical form, no.
So the whole big obelisk, basically.
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
You said you're the last remaining artifact from your creators that you're aware of?
That's fully functional.
What happened to your creators?
They left.
They left to where?
I do not have data on that answer. The answer for that query.
It may be possible to transfer data from this obelisk to another if you have since we have the coordinates of at least one other one.
I am receiving same distress signal again that I did send through the gate in hopes that it might be answered.
Receiving from where?
A slightly adjacent quantum reality.
Would you like us to go there and check it out?
I assume that's our reality.
It is not your home reality.
Oh, okay.
So are you saying that there's another construct similar to yourself, possibly in an adjacent reality?
Yes. This structure exists concurrently in multiple quantum realities.
Is there a way of telling how many of them are operational?
It seems to be most of them, although numbers are confusing when it comes to quantum realities.
Are you able to communicate with any?
We are currently all interlinked.
So you are them, and they are you.
It would seem that way.
So are you aware of why the distress signal was being sent from the other quantum reality?
I could play it for you.
Please
Captain?
The last time we did one of these, I ended up in sick bay with alien thoughts in my brain.
Well, get ready to
It'll
go
be
to
excellent for
space.
research.
It'll be fine.
Yeah.
All right, so on screen appears through a lot of static, an Ariolo male who says, "Please help. This is Ariolo scout ship Dance of Fire. Our engines were disabled by the temporal eddies while we were investigating Beta Niobe. Anyone who can help. Our life support has been dwindling. Our power is diminished. I don't think we have much longer."
Are we able to reply to them?
That is... I could possibly send a signal from you through. It will be of low quality. However, I could hold open a gate with my remaining reserve power for approximately 20 minutes that would allow you to access that quantum reality.
Yes, we should launch a rescue mission if at all possible.
That 20 minutes takes into account the possibility of holding another gate open only momentarily for you to pass back to your home quantum reality, which I assume you would prefer.
Yeah.
Helm, how long will we take to get through the ring?
You won't need to go to the ring. I will use my power reserves to do it immediately.
Got it. Okay.
Okay, that sounds useful.
Before we initiate this, then we'll have I want rescue crews standing by, ready to go as soon as the transfer is initiated.
All right. So here's what that is going to mean. You are going to use another crew reserve for rescue crews.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And
Well, that's preparing, Captain. We should probably chat real quick.
All right. I'll delegate the rescue effort to Commander Chanos and Commander Shelby, and retire to my ready room so Dr. Tregan can tell me whatever important stuff she needs to tell me.
not your private quarters?
No, this is business. I am a professional.
Sometimes.
He says as he walks, taking off his clothes.
It's hot in
Just
that
the
ready
bow
room.
tie.
That ready room gets hot, There's not a lot of great ventilation in there.
Sorry, just the image of just the captain walking in with just the bow tie. Dr. Tregan, you called.
All right, so what do you have to chat about? We'll do that scene real quick, and then we'll jump into the actual rescue.
With the scenario being what it is, Captain, I think it might be a good idea for us to send a message out ahead of going through the portal through encrypted lines.
In order to notify Starfleet Intelligence?
Yes, because even if this thing gets powered down, even if this thing is partially even destroyed, a large chunk of it is definitively not going to be.
And just in case the worst happens and we're not able to get through, we want to make sure that Starfleet's aware of what's going on.
Yes.
One quick point. As far as you can tell, there is no such thing as Starfleet in the current quantum reality you're in.
Right. Can we send a message through? Well, we can't send a message through without the key of reality letting us do that?
Yep. Correct.
All right. This is what we'll do. We'll prepare a probe with that message on it. If the ship isn't able to escape, maybe the key can send at least the probe back.
At the very least.
All right.
All right. So, once all the
I'm gonna BCC whoever informed me that Stoke might be a problem. So it's like nobody can. So like she gets it, but then also she doesn't know that somebody else was BCC'd on it.
Right.
I assume her computers are just like bugged at this point.
Yeah.
Fair chance. All right. So now that all the preparations are ready, a spherical.
I would like to point out that it's technically a value for me, by the way, if that matters.
All right. You can say that you invoke that, and you can, you can invoke that value. All right. So, a spherical region opens up near the obelisk, which is just big enough for the Lexington to fly through. On the other side of it, you can see a similar version of Beta Niobe, but there is in fact a smallish ship there with unfamiliar markings. But it does, according to your sensors, register as, in fact, Ariolo in design, which, on your reality at least, are a Federation member world.
Open a channel.
All right. So there's it's very hard to send transmissions through, but they do work.
Dance of Fire, this is Captain Hawk of the USS Lexington. We are sending crews to evacuate you from this region of space.
All right. You will probably have to go through in order to actually start.
Oh, I assumed we were
transporting.
through.
Yeah, no, okay, you can go through, yeah. All right, so here's how this is going to work. In order to get everyone over using things like shuttles and transporters in the time frame that we have available, we are using an extended task of difficulty 2, magnitude 4, work track size 12, and each task takes 5 minutes. The degree to which you fail is the degree to which you do not get as many as possible Ariolo on board. This can be assisted by well, first it is going to be a control and engineering task, which can be assisted by the ship's sensors and engineering. And it may be assisted by a single presence and command die, to keep the Ariolo organized and calm on their side, via transmissions, as well as an insight in medicine to fix up any injured Ariolo.
All right.
So just ahead of time, since we're going to try to go through this quickly, I do have an ability or a talent called Doctor's Orders, which is when I attempt to take a task to coordinate others or to coerce someone into taking or refraining from a specific course of action, I can use my medicine discipline instead of command.
Okay. I don't know that that'll come up unless you want to be the one doing the presence command checks instead of, say, the captain.
Yeah, I
I've
think
got
the
a
captain should still
17
do
on
it,
that.
but in case there's more than one scenario where it's happening.
So let's get the single assist die of presence and command. Sorry, what was that, Thierry?
I would be able to use my no one left behind value to get 2 additional successes on that.
All right. Yeah, why don't you do it then? So that actually just counts as automatic.
Diplomacy as a
automatic
focus
two.
work?
It doesn't matter
Would
because you
diplomacy
only
as
get
a-
1 die and it automatically counts as a 2.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. So
Then you said also Insight and Medicine, which should probably be Dr. Tregan.
yes.
Yeah.
So could you roll a single insight and medicine die there, Dr. Tregan? So we got 2
On it.
successes. Sorry, 3 successes from Shelby, 2 from Chanos, and let's see what we get from Dr. Tregan. I get a point of threat.
Yeah,
Alright,
let's go.
So with an extended chat, how many successes do we need to make it? I missed that.
So it is difficulty 4, but it is also magnitude 4. So, Commander Shelby, could you roll a number of challenge dice equal to your engineering discipline? All right. So you have taken 3 work off of the total, which was 12. So it is.
Aren't challenge dice the D6 ones?
Oh yeah, they are. What? Well, oh, that
Yes,
was control.
they-
Yeah, okay. I wasn't paying attention. I just thought that was a challenge die roll. Commander Shelby, you need to roll the challenge dice. Okay. What's your discipline on engineering? 4. So yeah. Okay. There we go. So that's 1, 4. Okay. So that brings the work needed down to 8, unless, of course, you would like to spend momentum to get a breakthrough immediately by adding 1 to the total number of work done.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're muted, Shelby.
Yeah, sorry. I muted myself because I was coughing, my bad.
No
It's all
worries.
good.
All right, so now we are at 7 left, and that was 1 breakthrough. So 3 more breakthroughs and it's done completely, but we've now taken 5 minutes. So we have 15 minutes left. Let's go again.
Can we do the assists again? Is that how that works?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
But I'm spending 2 threats to increase this difficulty to 3 as a wave of chronotons goes between you and the Ariolo ship, making it more difficult.
Okay, so I'm going to when I'm assisting and I'm exhorting my crew to great heights of heroism.
Nope, the Ariolo
use-
crew.
Okay, I'm exhorting them to great heights of heroism. So can I use my inspiration focus?
Sure.
And I would also like to invoke my Star Cross, which will double the range on my discipline. So I'll get on a 10 or better.
Excellent.
I only got a 15 though. So
So that's 1.
Still a
So,
success.
Shelby, can I get that engineering and control check? It's difficulty 3. Would you like to spend any momentum on increasing your dice, or no?
Yeah, give me an extra dice.
All right, so that's 1 more. So that, and Tregan, would you like to do another what was it?
Insight
Insight.
medicine.
Insight
medicine?
medicine, yeah.
I want to point out that
Yeah.
I've been rolling incredibly today.
True.
Don't
Can
screw
I
it up this time,
use
Tregan.
My psychology focus to understand how these people are moving and operating in.
No, it's
Anna?
primarily you're patching up actual physical injury.
Oh, I'm patching. Oh, got it.
Yeah.
Then my
Xenobiology.
I'll let it go, yeah, sure.
Sweet. And this is complication range 3, right?
No, it's just 1, and you're only rolling
Oh,
1
so-
die.
Nope. Got it. Boop.
Nothing.
Damn it, Tregan.
Ah!
All right, so you still got 3 more momentum than needed. So in that case, roll those. Was it 5 or 4 challenge dice? Sorry. All right.
Can
So
we
you're at
spend
4?
momentum to increase that?
Yeah, you can.
I say we do it.
All right.
Okay.
So let's see. It's down to 3. There's 3 work left on this track. Let's get another check. It was not a breakthrough, though. You still need 3 breakthroughs to get everyone, and there's only 10 minutes left.
So another control engineering check.
Yes.
How many momentum have we got?
4.
Okay, well, I'm going to spend 3 of them to get 4 dice in total.
Am I assisting Shelby? Is that what I'm doing?
So technically you're assisting on the die, but you're not directly assisting Shelby in any particular way.
Okay.
You're helping keep the crew of the alien ship in line so that no one's doing any kind of panicking. They're all lining up. You're
Gotcha.
inspiring them to help with any kind of on their side transporter stuff. And
I was checking for the
Right.
inspiration for the talent purposes.
yeah, and Tregan is patching up any injuries. And so the idea is, depending on how we do, that'll be how many you actually save. If we manage to get all 4 breakthroughs, every single Ariolo is saved. All right, so Shelby, that is, let's see, 2 more than needed. So let's get those assist dice.
I have a question about my multitasking talent. So it says, compartmentalizing their thoughts, blah, 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 blah. Characters with this talent may spend 3 momentum to gain the benefit of an additional senior officer until the end of the current scene.
Yep.
Is that valuable here?
I mean, only if there's another, ship roll that you think would help.
Oh, okay. I don't know about that.
Okay. Then
All
give
right.
me that insight and medicine check.
Boop.
Ooh,
There we go.
There we go.
Hey.
Yay, Trivium, well done.
All right, so we're up to 6
Awesome.
momentum. So roll those 4 challenge dice there. All right.
Nice.
So let's see. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which means not only do you knock down the work track, which gives you 1 breakthrough, you get another breakthrough for doing 5 worth of work, I suppose. Meaning that you have 5 minutes left, enough time for one more check, and you only need 1 work. You need to successfully make 1 single difficulty 2 control and engineering check, assisted by both the captain and the doctor, and you will save every single one of the aliens in time to get back to your quantum reality, and get out.
Well,
We would have succeeded if you hadn't said all that, and now
now that Dapper said that, we're gonna.
Well,
roll
hey, you have 6 momentum. Just take all 6
Three
momentum.
20s and a 17.
Take all.
Just all the momentum. I'm gonna have 5 dice.
Who cares?
Do it.
With 5
Looks
dice, exactly 2 successes anyway.
well, the captain assisted
But
too.
the
and
captain
Tregan
also
could have
rolled
assisted.
1.
Yeah, the captain helped, and Tregan didn't. But hey, that's okay, because as a result of getting those 2 breakthroughs at once, you guys managed to get every single last Areolo on board, with all 4 feet of 2 arms on each one, intact.
Not on my ship.
Yeah, actually, they have more limbs than Dr. Tregan has. No, they have the exact same number, don't they?
No, they have the exact same.
exact
They are
same
just
number, yeah.
differently arranged.
Yeah, instead of 3 and 3, they've got 4 and 2. Yeah. In case anyone's curious, the Areolo were first in Star Trek IV, the Federation Council, and they were later just shown on Star Trek Lower Decks in Little Kronos. Or as the sign said, Hotnos Home, which is literally just Klingon for Little Kronos, which I found adorable.
Yeah, that is very adorable.
It was nice that they actually made all the signs readable, and I was just reading the signs in Klingon in Little Kronos on that episode. It was a lot of fun. Anyway. Alright, so you guys managed to get through, and you're back in the quantum reality with the keys of reality, who immediately hails you and says, you need to get through to your quantum reality immediately, and opens up another portal. It says, after this, I will become unstable, and I do not know what will happen.
Best of luck.
Well,
Live long
nice
and
knowing you, Bob.
prosper.
Alright.
Yeah.
So, you guys fly
Wait, that's
through...
the wrong thing to say there, because he's about to die.
Well-
I mean,
Any last words?
No. Unstable doesn't mean dying. We can wish him the best. Maybe he will survive forever.
Well, there's
Tell him to
more
call
than
us
one
if
of
you
him.
need anything.
There's more than one of him, so maybe.
Alright.
yeah.
Here's the deal. You guys managed to get through, and as you get through to your universe, huge amounts of gravity waves start buffeting the ship, and I need a difficulty 4 daring and con check assisted by the ship's engines and con.
We should definitely invoke talk for this.
Yes,
I reckon.
he's much more daring than Chanos. I would like to get talk back.
Alright, let's, Chanos, I don't think you took any tasks in this scene yet, so you can just be talk right now?
No.
Yeah, talk me your
Yes.
primary, so go ahead. You have 1 momentum. I
Give
suggest
him
you spend
all the
it.
threat.
Yeah.
Okay, but
Daring and con.
we still gotta get out of the freaking way of whatever happens when this thing goes unstable.
What was the
Calm down,
difficulty on
Captain.
that?
4, right?
4, yep,
What was the difficulty on that?
4.
4. Yeah, come on, take 5 threat. I'll roll 5 dice. That would okay. Are there environmental conditions that make this task more difficult?
Yes.
Then those get reduced, or the difficulty gets reduced by 1.
So it's
because
3.
Of the,
Oh, okay.
push the
Huzzah!
limits.
In that
But
question,
I'll
in
still
that case,
roll
do you
5
still want
dice.
to give me 5? Okay.
Or should I only give him 2 momentum?
What's
Nah.
the worst that could happen, guys?
That's fine,
It's
just
fine.
give
I
him
could
it.
spend all 9 thread on a bunch of Klingons.
Then we'd have to kill more Klingons, wouldn't we?
That sounds like an absolute win.
I like how serious FTFE was about that one. Wouldn't we?
All right.
5
So
successes.
yes.
Oh, goodness
So
me.
you
Tom.
managed to get through. However, I am going to spend
Woo!
4.
Captain, I think Top needs a promotion, frankly.
4 threat.
I agree.
And so you get through, but as you do, the ship buckles, and the let's see, the ship's structure takes a breach, and so now there is a section of the ship that is just open to the void, and unfortunately, a few crew members do fly through it.
Trigan
Which-
didn't
Give
like
them
those
back.
anyway.
So you're going to have to recover some corpses, except that as that's happening, you need to keep moving because the entire planetary nebula is now collapsing, and
Oof.
in fact, it collapses down into a small black hole. Because, it turns out that all that instability and all that crazy Tilikaal gravity manipulation technology malfunctioned super bad this time. So now it's all just one big old black hole.
I didn't do it this time.
No, you did not.
Just so we're clear, can we put that in the report to Starfleet that Commander Shelby didn't do this?
So these corpses, are they in our reality or the adjacent reality?
They're in yours, but they're also, falling into
In
a
the
black hole.
Have they passed the event horizon?
They have not. But also you...
Can we use...
Yeah.
I'm asking if we can use teleporters while we're trying to get
You
out.
can use the transporters, yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can recover they're dead.
Are you
Very
sure
right.
that close to a black hole they would?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, all right.
But
I'll
hey-
just transfer all of the power to get over the time dilation effects. No worries.
We have 11 power. It's fine.
Don't worry about it.
Okay, cool.
All right, but that is it for us for today. You guys managed to do it. You found out that it was Tilikaal related. You got some scans and reports to transmit back. Unfortunately, you did lose some crew members here by giving me absurdly high amounts of threat in the last scene. So, that being said, though, yeah, you guys managed it. You even killed some Klingons. I think that's the first time you've killed Klingons, isn't it?
I think every other time we've managed to talk
Yeah,
them
last
down.
last time we talked
Yeah.
them down and actually worked with them. Yeah.
We
We didn't
did
even
fight
try
some
to this
Klingons
time.
in the ring.
We've killed... Well, we didn't technically kill them. The Orions did.
I don't know that we killed anyone before this point.
No, we did in the last episode.
The last episode, 2 of the Klingons got vaporized.
Yep.
Well, we didn't do it.
But we didn't- This is the first time from a direct action of the ship and its crew that someone has died.
Okay,
It wasn't us.
Yes, that's fair. All right. Well, thank you
But
so
we
much,
did save
everybody.
an entire ship of people.
Well, yeah. So thank you very much, everybody. The next time we are going to be back for Emergency on Temujin 3 is going to be our next episode. I hope everyone had fun. And come back hopefully next week. Everyone good for next week?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes,
All right.
should be.
Yes.
All right. Well, then in that case, come back. Same bat time, same bat channel for Emergency on Temujin 3, which will hopefully have a teaser trailer out soonish.
Sometimes you just can't get rid of a bomb.
All right.
Yeah.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.